What's cracking? Uh, oh wow. uh, See, I look sleepy already. You hope the early live didn't tire me out. Shout out to S Freak. Everybody hit the like button, man. We in this build. We in the building, man. We in the building, man. Uh, yeah, man. We in here, man. Great show. They It's the next star, man. The cop killing dad, man. The cop killing dad. You said GoFundMe pulled this down. This is Gibson Go. Boy, Gibson Go, man. Yo, Gibson Go, man. This ain't GoFundMe. One thing about it though, he got his name out there. They got their name out there. They got their platform on the map. Gibson Go. I wonder how much this guy's going to raise, man. I wonder how much the white liberals and the Jews are going to get this guy. It's going to be interesting to see. White liberals and Jews might be tapped out, man. They're like, damn, you niggas is always killing somebody, man. Another murder, goddamn. Both the controversial gifts and goes for black people involve murder, and the one for white people involves calling somebody a name. Yo, that is hilarious. Everybody hit the like button, man, so I can drop the link, man. Everybody hit the like button so I can drop the link, man. Everybody here hit the like button right now. You said no black and brown coalition, be on our own. Gibson Negro. Everybody smash the like button right now, man. Yeah, that's right, Shredder. That's a good point. That's a great point. Yeah, man. I guess this is good content, man. These are troublesome times, and the crime prevails. And the dark side keep a nigga ass in jail. The internet would be born without sons. Everything would be born without sons. Life would be born without sons. You just go. There will be more people out at night without sons. There's nobody out at night. Suns have turned nighttime into like a ghost town. Nobody's out at night because of suns. Suns have shortened people's days, man. They shorten people's days. Oh man, NBA playoffs heating up, man. I remember back in the 90s, the playoffs was the shit. Back in the 80s and the 90s, those series were legendary, man. Legendary series. The series was legendary. Even if the teams didn't win the championship. Even if it was between two teams that didn't go on to win the championship. The series was legendary. You said Curry got hurt. Everybody hit the like button so I can just drop the link, man. Y'all not hitting the like button, man. How many likes I got, man? I told you I was gonna drop the link early. I just want y'all to hit the like button. Oh, Steph got a hamstring injury? Okay. Hamstring strain, okay. Said find the radio interview of Rabbi Abe Finkelstein. Everybody hit that like button, man. You got another GoFundMe on another Give Send Go, man. Give Send Go, man. Give Send Kill. Give Send Kill, y'all. Give Send Kill. Shout out to Adolf Diversity, man. Hell. We got another Give Send Kill. Give Send Kill. Let's see how much this dude made. Rodney Hinton, Give Send Go. Let's see if we can follow it, man. Carmelo's Give Send Go. He been stuck on 500,000 ever since that Next Generation Action dude jumped in. I know the Carmelo Anthony family, if they smart, man, they gonna be able to figure out, man. They was at 500,000. And then Dominique Alexander with the Next Generation Action Network came around and started, sniffing around and being the voice of them. They only got like 25,000 since that dude been around. They've been stuck on this. They've been stuck on 25. I'm on 500,000 for almost 3-4 weeks, man. What's going on, man?
Yo, I loved how you put it as far as some people talking about the Sun Hero cop killer
Yeah.
as opposed to what was the other they were talking about? Was it the Sunward kid? The Sunward baby? It just shows you like
autistic,
the
autistic sunward baby.
right. It just shows you that maybe they're just bullshitting. Like keep the same energy, motherfucker.
Well, they titled. They like kids, man. They've been made to be like kids, man, by the system. Like we get to do it, but you can't. And we get to complain about everything, but you can't. It's like
Look,
it's
man.
it's a crazy dynamic. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. It's crazier once you unplug from the matrix. You know, like
Yeah,
when you're in the bubble and in the brainwashing, you maybe don't notice it as much. But when once you unplug from the matrix, it's nauseating, man.
yeah.
Some people ain't victims;
Not at all.
they're victimizers.
Telling you.
A hotel will say, "Man, that's not cool to say. You can't generalize." Shut up, pussy. You feel? I mean, it's tiring. Cheap. Look, the word fatigue is a perfect word, man. Have you heard? I haven't heard that word as much as recently, right? Have you ever heard that? Say that
Yeah,
fatigue.
I've heard fatigue, but I ain't heard it as in response to a race.
It's prominent right now as far as like sun fatigue.
Yeah.
Man, chief, sun fatigue, man.
Look at her. She made $7,000 in the last hour.
That is
Carmelo
crazy,
Carmelo Anthony has made $25,000 in the last 3 weeks.
man.
So he's stuck. She's just going, man.
They
Yo,
they they just gotta fan the fires of racism, right? Carmelo still got embers. Just
nah, his joint is his GoFundMe been stagnant, man.
he's done. He
The
stuck a
only,
fork in him.
the only thing that can like bring it up is like some revelation or something. Because here's the thing, they took the energy out of them. Like by that next generation action dude coming around and him being like a criminal and shit, and everybody like thinking it's a scam. So like a lot of people think that Carmelo Anthony is now scammed now because it's gonna be got this dude. Oh, is he getting the money? Yada yada yada. So they're not giving as exuberantly as they were. I think that was a big mistake for them to hire that guy, man.
Also, a lot of stuff's coming out about great value Al Sharpton too,
Oh
because
yeah,
he's got a very lengthy um, arrest record to include um, spousal and child abuse.
oh yeah. We covered all that, man. Yeah,
Yeah, they
he
came
got
out like almost immediately, right?
yeah, exactly. like dude just a bad guy, man. He got his reputation precedes him, man.
I think something must have happened. Something must have came out. Like they must have found some dirt on Crump because he should have been all over this. Somebody probably
Nah, I
got some
think
dirt on him
he's
though.
still doing stuff though. Remember we looked at it. He's still doing stuff.
I'm
He
surprised
not
he's not on this shit.
yeah, but He's still active. He's still out here. He not he doing some different case. Hold on, I'm gonna go to his his Twitter. Let me just see this. Let me see if we can find this Rodney Hinton. Did they take this down? They might have taken this down. It says Rodney Hinton. It says supporting Rodney Hinton Jr. Let me see, man, if I can find it. Supporting. Oh yeah, they took that joint down. They took his gifts and go down. Okay. They took old boy, the cop killer.
Yeah, you know what? It would have been fucking disgusting if they didn't. But I mean, again, Chief, yet another fucking example of how much the gliders suck at racism. This Sunward Act, he shouldn't even be hanging. He shouldn't even had a chance to be hung. They would have destroyed him. You feel me? Like if he would have been hung, that would have been like, wow, they had restraint.
I didn't know he went to the police department yesterday with a lawyer and watched the body cam and then left there and killed the cop.
Has the body cam been released to the public?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's out
body
there.
cam out there.
You can clearly see he has a firearm. The
Yeah,
hanging point for a lot of people is whether or not he pointed it at the
I hate
officer.
I
But that's
fucking hate
not
the liberals.
well. So they're trying to say he didn't point at the officer, but the thing is, he dropped the gun, he picked the gun back up,
Oh my
and he kept
god.
running. So it's
Yeah.
like they have to catch you. They can't just let you go. And if you have a firearm, you're a deadly threat.
Yeah. You know what? Since I seen that Adam Toledo video and they debated if that one, I was like, we're done. There's no point with the
yeah.
liberals.
Why drop the gun and keep running when you're that close to the cut? Like,
Just give up. You'll be out in no time somewhere.
right? Exactly.
Right.
Right? Like, it's not like you're gonna fucking get in trouble for this shit. Let's see. Look at how fast it is. Look at this chaotic. The cops
Oh
can't
my
get no
god.
grace. Think about it. Cops. These are people that you can call for anything. Like any American that's going through anything right now,
Yeah.
whether it's a dispute like your neighbor's playing the music too loud or your
A
neighbor's
dog
trying to
barking.
fucking kill you, you can call the cops and they will show up and they will fucking risk their lives to handle it.
Yeah.
But yet we can't give here where they're trying to get somebody's car back. Some person was carjacked. The cops are trying to retrieve the car and arrest the person who did it, and there's
Yeah.
no grace for them. It's
Right.
like we don't care what you made a mistake. We don't care, and I don't think this is a mistake. But I'm just saying, like even if you look at it from the liberal side, it's like a mistake. There's no grace. No, you deserve to die. You deserve to go
Right.
to jail.
You're racist, you're white supremacist.
Look at this. You hop out the car, and niggas kill cops all the time.
Yeah.
You go.
But you know what though? Look, man, listen, bro. A video like this is a reason why I fucking can't stand that those like anti-cop people that are like, oh, they kill Americans at this rate, right? Like I don't know if you remember the Filipino guy. I forget his name right now, but he was criticizing the police. Like,
Iconic.
yeah, and he along the lines of to whatever extent, and it's like you watch the Act Nation, man. You see on the regular what the pigs are dealing with. They're dealing with a menace in
A
the form of
scourge.
and I hate these like, oh, I know my rights and tyranny, and it's like Look at this. Look at this right here, man. This is real shit.
Well,
Somebody got to stop this somewhere, like.
liberals and some people, they believe that there's literally no um, situation where it's justified for the police to kill a black man. Okay, you tell them that you tell them that the guy pulled a gun. Well, did he point it at you? Yeah, he pointed at me. Well, no, yeah, he pointed at me. Okay, well, did he fire the
Did
gun?
he
Yeah, he
shoot it
fired
at
it at me. Well, did he hit you? Oh, yeah, he
right,
hit me. Well, did he hit you in the head? You know,
right, right. Yo, yo,
there's
Mag.
no there's no logic to these people.
Yo, Mag. I always told Doc, man. I always said, cops across the country as a collective should get an award for how many Sunman they don't kill. Cause you know better than most, Mag. The brothers be begging you to kill them. Tell me I'm wrong, Mag. They
Well,
should get a
it's the
collective
ghetto lottery,
award.
man. It's the ghetto lottery. That's the new ghetto lottery, and GoFundMe and Gibson to Go. They're also the new ghetto lotteries. Um, yeah, I mean, you get into an altercation with the cop. You know, you piss them off enough. Hopefully, they do something to you. Hopefully, you don't die. But if you survive, you're a millionaire overnight.
But but even that aside, though, even the money aside, this is just sons being sons, man. This is just DNA manifesting itself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like? The money is maybe a plus, right? But this little song word in this screen, Ike, come on, man. That's just his DNA manifest. That's just him being him, doing him, right?
It's just
Carjack,
crazy how the dad is being held by the black community. I mean,
he's being held.
yeah, he's been called, protect him. This guy's great. That father, he stood on business, and he raised the carjacker.
I guarantee you, bro. My hand to God, there is son cops, in particular sister cops, that are championing that somewhere that killed that cop. I promise
Wow,
you there is, man. They they
wow,
I it's kind of like Kim Fox, right? She used to talk about how she saw herself in the defendants that were like coming in and
right,
out of the courts. You bitch, you should see yourself with your as like your attorneys. See yourself in
yeah,
them, not in these pieces of shit motherfuckers.
damn, damn. She sees herself. Wow,
She said that because
that's
there's some
crazy.
people, but also kinfolk ain't kinfolk.
These shit things, man.
Fatigue, man. Man, and then the story you covered earlier, man, it's just a lot, man. The one from South Carolina, it's a lot, G.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the fact
You
that
talking about Logan, Frederico?
yeah, just yet another song word killing. The sun man, as good as they are at killing other sun man, they're not bad at killing gliders, man. They're pretty good at it, at killing everybody actually.
And look, the police chief got to go out and into the community. She got to go on black radio stations and explain herself to the black community.
To the children of at the table, go to the kids' table and explain to them what's going on.
Because they demand the answers and shit. This shit is insane, man.
Man, in a logical world, I told you they would just outright ignore them, or whatever. Nowadays they talk about like community police relations, right? That's like one of the main themes, and I'm not against it. It does make sense, but you cannot do it at the risk of public safety, For what?
Mm, wow. This is Let me
There's no
go
other
to the
situation that's done like this too. I mean, because okay, so your kid is a shithead. He goes out, he gets shot. So you get an invitation by the chief of police and the
Right.
DA. You get to come to the office. You get to review the body cam footage while the body's not even cold. Investigation's still underway. Name any other ethnicity or any other crime that you could do that for? Name one
Mhm.
that you're gonna get that
None.
type of catering to, and
Yeah.
still, even with all of that, it's not enough.
Nope.
Man.
It makes it matter because he left there, right? So that he knew he couldn't sue because he saw the body cam. He knew a lawsuit was out of the question.
Damn, you think so?
Hell yeah, he can't. He not gonna get no money for that. That dude running with a gun in his hand, dropped the gun, picked the gun back. Yo, he dropped the gun and then he picked it back up while he was running.
Damn.
Like, yo, these are split second. And then the cop, he appeared out of nowhere in the cop's line of sight with the gun in his hand.
Right.
And there's other cops in the scene. Like, it's other cops chasing him. So the gun is pointed towards them. And it's like he just popped him. Let's see, man.
I mean, the how people are heralding this guy, it's just disgusting. The shit they're saying. I saw a video out where this Sunword's brother was like causing a scene, and then they had like a Marvin Gaye song in the background, and it was like, what the fuck, man? What is they need to be ignored, like outright ignored, so that we could continue as a nation to progress. I don't know.
My grandson, I've been praying hard for him and his family because I know he's hurting off this. As I seen in the video about my grandson, I seen two scared people. I seen the officer scared, and I seen my grandson scared.
Yeah, but your grandson just carjacked. He wasn't scared enough to carjack somebody. He wasn't scared enough to hop to take the police on a car chase. He wasn't afraid to hop out of the car and fucking start running with a goddamn fucking gun in his hand. He wasn't afraid to pick it up after he dropped it. The fuck are you talking about? Nobody, only person was scared there. Nobody was scared. The cop did what he was supposed to do, and the thug did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, you know what, man? I love the way you just facts, man. You know, I reflected recently on Tupac's song where he says cops pull the trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. And I used to feel that when I was a kid, man. When I was retarded, I used to, that resonated with me, man. Like the cops kill us and they get rewarded for it, right? That cop in that video, he should 110% get rewarded for that. Great job.
I mean, he did everything right, man. The only reason the son man didn't kill any cops is because we don't know what he would have done because the cop handled it. Like, you're running with a gun, you're obviously desperate. Like, think about it, man. You run, you take the police on the chase. You come to like a dead end or something. You hop out. You run with a gun in your hand. You drop the gun and you pick it back up. Yo, you're literally like desperate. Like, you're like a fucking alley cat or a fucking mouse or alley rat. You're
a raccoon.
Yeah, you're behaving like someone who is super desperate, man. Yeah. And you can't be trusted, man, because the behavior you're exhibiting is fuck the world, I don't give a shit type behavior, man. You're not exhibiting the type of behavior that motherfucker like a cat burglar or something shit. You're behaving like a fucking animal and shit. You picked the gun back up. Yo, once I would have dropped that gun, I would have been like, good, that's less weight. Yeah. He went back and picked it back up with the cops literally steps behind him.
Right. It's fucking retarded for sure,
and
man.
You got to think about this, man. This is these people right here. Had he gotten killed by a nigga, another little son turd just like him, none of these people would fucking be talking about him.
Okay, so yeah, let's say he did get killed by another son person. Would the dad have crashed out when he went to the hood and ran a random nigga down? Probably not.
or the nigga who did it. Because most times in Blackistan, the nigga who did it still on the street.
Facts.
So would he ever even went over to or killed somebody from that dude block or ran them over? No, he wouldn't have. No, the fuck he wouldn't have.
The officer that killed my grandson, I've been praying hard for him and his family because I know he's hurting off this. As I seen in the video of my grandson,
Ain't hurting us one less.
Two scared people. I seen the officer scared, and I seen my grandson scared. So it's an unfortunate incident that happened. So that's all I seen. It was like I didn't see the police there try to kill. No, what I seen was two persons made a mistake. My grandson made a mistake being there, and
Made a mistake.
He was trying to get back to his family too. So that's what I seen. So it's not.
Look, this shouldn't even be platformed, dog.
Bro, I was about to give that man some credit. I was about to say he was.
Yeah, but
he
for
seemed
your son,
reasonable.
man, give him a break, man. This is unprecedented for a Sun family. I've never seen a Sun family take this tone out of police shooting.
I'll give you that.
I mean, think about it. He's not like, don't get me wrong, he didn't nail it. It's not a perfect 10. This ain't Simone Biles, but he did good enough, man. I give him a 8.
Yeah, on a curve, he's like at an 11.
Oh yeah, on the curve, yeah, it's a 20. But if he wasn't, I just the regular, if how you treat everybody, all people like from every race, no DEI, grade, I give him an 8. Because here's the thing, he did say the cop was just trying to make it home. He didn't say like, oh, the cop was. He didn't say nothing slick about the cop.
Oh yeah, he wanted to kill some man.
Yeah.
The officer that killed my grandson, I've been praying hard for him and his family because I know he's hurting off this. As I seen in the video about my grandson, I seen two scared people. I seen the officer scared, and I seen my grandson scared. So it's an unfortunate incident that happened. So that's all I seen. It was like I didn't see the police there try to kill. No, what I seen was two persons made a mistake. My grandson made a mistake being there, and the officer, he was trying to get back to his family too. So that's.
See, he kind of minimized it, but I can forgive that. He said my son made a mistake being there. No, your grandson made a mistake carjacking somebody, taking the police on the chase, and then hopping out and doing a foot chase, and then dropping the gun and then picking it back up. But he can just sum it up by like being there.
Do you think he meant that, right? He kind of meant that, but summed it up, right?
Yeah, but it's still like, like being there. Like,
he just popped out of nowhere out of thin air.
Like he was like, oh shit! Like his grandson just stumbled onto the shit.
He just spawned.
Yeah, it's like, nah, man. His mistakes. He made a series of mistakes. Conscious decisions.
So that's what I seen. So it's not about revenge or anything. I have nothing against nobody. My Lord and Savior.
Well, here's the thing too. It's easy to say that after y'all already got revenge. Like y'all already got revenge. So it's like this is not the same as the Austin Metcalf family father said forgiving. Like this is like, all right, somebody from y'all family went out and killed the cop, and then you say, okay, we don't want revenge. What do you mean?
Man, I got to push back on that, man, because I actually got in an argument with Tommy over this shit, bro. Like, that's not revenge, man. Like, if I get in a fight with a dude at Lowe's, and then I go and shoot up the Home Depot, I'm like, yeah, I got that motherfucker. That's not revenge.
That was 110% revenge.
Hold on.
How is it revenge if you don't even get the person who
you think this somewhere gives a fuck, Mac? You think he gives a fuck?
Yeah, Mac, you're talking about people who will get in a beef with somebody, right? And then go back and shoot up a place where they're at, where there's hundreds of other people, and they just spread to the crowd.
Just shoot through the window.
Yeah, like shoot through the window of the establishment. Like this is very much revenge, man. And also the fact that too, like, think about it. This is actually not like that. This is like getting into an argument with somebody somebody at Lowe's in the hardware department killing your son, and then you go back to the Lowe's and you kill somebody in the garden section.
Yeah, do you understand that, Meg? This is revenge, bro. It
I understand what
counts.
y'all are saying. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna crash out on the person who was
He
responsible.
crashed out, all
Yeah,
right.
The dude who's responsible is at home right now. He's
Yeah,
chilling.
but here's the thing, Mac. How much gratification deferment and impulse control would it have taken for that guy to sit back, wait to find out the cop's name, wait for the cop's name to be released, find out the cop's information, and then you talking about a cop, you know what I'm saying, who's always got his piece on him even when he's off duty, and then devise a way to ambush the cop and kill
yeah.
him. Like,
No.
yo, he just immediately. You talking about people with no gratification or impulse control, Matt?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, this is revenge. They're 1-for-1, and now this guy on the screen is talking about like, oh, we don't want revenge. Well, the score's even, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Um, revenge or anything. I have nothing against nobody. You know, my Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ, and I represent Him. So, with that said, please, everybody, just try to forgive everybody who done anything to anybody.
Just ready for you. This is a fact-finding mission more than anything to make sure you understand.
Yeah, it's a peace thing for me, for everything, for everybody to heal off this. I want everybody to heal off this. You know, it was just like a mistake. I really feel bad for the officer who was shooting because I can see the scariness in him too. People can't see that I'm going spiritual with this now. So I was able to see that God had allowed me to see this part of the accident. You know, just like my son made an accident too. So he made an accident. He made an accident.
He said
You know
your
what I'm saying?
son made an accident. Your
Jesus
son literally
Christ.
intentionally ran over the cop.
Is it still an 8? You still give him the 8?
Yeah, no, I mean the longer it gets, man, it's because I mean now he's starting to do the son thing where it's like only sons do this shit. So now it's like it's hard to grade them on the regular scale because no one else talks like this. So we're gonna have to do the SAT. We're gonna have to start giving him points because he black, man. So yeah, man, we're gonna readjust it. So yeah, it's still an 8, man, on the son scale because he's still like, I mean, he's still like not trying. He's still trying to keep the temperature down, and he's still trying to like,
Yeah.
you know, he hasn't really dogged the cop out yet. He hasn't dogged the cop.
You know what? I'm gonna grade him on the regular scale, and I'm gonna give him a D minus.
Yeah, man, but you can't do that, man.
Let's just move on now. That's all I'm trying to do on. And I'm praying for the officer and their family. You know?
I want to say out to the media and the social media, my name is Tanya Larkin. I am Ryan's grandmother. Ryan.
And I helped raise that carjacker. And here's the thing, I get it, man. You can do anything. You can do a lot in the black community to put a kid on the right path. But the lore of the street, wanting to be somebody, wanting to be, you know, have the wind beneath your wings, wanting to be a dude that people can't fuck with, wanting to be somebody who has a reputation, you know what I'm saying? People know that you bout that life, that you know what I'm saying, you with the shits. That is very, very hard to, you know, especially once they get to high school and they got hair on their dick and they starting to get, you know, a little muscle tone and shit. They having sex. They got some pussy. They know how to feel diving in some pussy. They know how to feel. They've probably been to the juvie, so they not scared to go to jail no more. And you know, it's hard for the parents to overcome that, man. Then they constantly listening to their music is just literally ape, jungle, violence, fucking carols and shit, melodies and shit, chants. And I get it, man. It's hard to overcome that no matter what you do. But that's saying that this family did a lot. We're giving them the benefit of the doubt. Most families just put the kid out there and just send him out into the world. You know what I mean? He go. They send him to school. He come home at night. They don't ask him about school, what you study in school, what went on in school. I wonder how many times grandma um, asked him about his day, like what he actually did that day in school, what he what's he into, what are his friends like. They're the worst stewards, so it's hard to believe that they did everything they could to keep this boy on the right track. And even if they did, it's still hard in the black community.
Man was a sweet, gentle giant that played with everybody all the time.
He played with everybody all the time.
Yeah. I mean, look, that statement, that line is literally par for the course. Like, it's literally like linear. You know what I mean? Play with
He
people. Like, he show kept the room. That's what she just said.
Was a sweet, gentle giant that played with everybody all the time. You see all the younger ones? That was a PlayStation buddy. He made it a point to make sure that he played with each and every last one of them whenever he was around them. He included them in the game process. He taught each one of them how to play the game. We are very close family. This is killing us. I can't even express how I feel right now about I'm angry because it shouldn't have never happened. I want to find out exactly what steps was taken in the protocol.
And there it
And
is.
if everything comes out that it's not
They didn't de-escalate.
what it should have been, we need to do something about change and training and diversity.
she
Look,
said
look,
that
look at
first.
look at that. Look, man. You and I both know, man. You and I both know that. In all honesty, the police should be pulled from Blackistan. They should.
Yeah, she said training and diversity. So she's accusing the cop of being poorly trained, and she's insinuating that because he was white, like his race had something to do with it. And these are the people that raised that dude. This is the people, because we know this ain't the first time he's been in trouble. These are the people who picked him up from fucking receiving home or juvenile hall, wherever the fuck they take these little fuckers after they carjack somebody, wherever he was going to go this time. These are the people that know how fucking violent, because carjacking is violence, man.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. If you're willing to put a gun to somebody's head
And
and
take
take
their
their
shit.
fucking car, you're willing to fucking kill their asses if they fucking
If
don't
they
do
make a
what you
wrong
say.
move.
Yeah, you're willing to fucking beat the shit out of them at the very least. So yeah, he's a very violent guy, and they're
What
acting like
steps was
I,
taken
I mean, look,
in the
listen,
protocol?
man. Everybody knows, and she knows this too, right? If that little son word in the commission of his running, right, dropped the gun. If he would have got on his stomach or got on his knees with his hands up, guess what would have happened, Chief? You
he
guessed
went
right. They
home.
would have hung him then and there.
And if everything comes out that it's not what it should have been, we need to do something about change and training and diversity and understanding us as a black culture. We as black people, we don't deserve to be killed. just because we're running away from the police. We're scared just as much as they are.
Jesus Christ. This shit went downhill so fast, man.
Yeah, she gets an F.
We're scared just as much as they are. They're doing their job though, man. Like she act like her son was doing his job and the cop was doing their job, and it just, it just like, you know what I mean? Like they both
Yeah.
like a bus driver was like driving a bus, and some train tracks was there, and it was a conductor of the train was driving the train, and they both collided. No motherfucker.
But and you know what? At the risk of offending the cop haters here, that cop was doing more than his job, man. He was doing a service, like something honorable.
Yeah. If that was your fucking car, I bet you we hope they would go fucking find the goddamn niggers that had your car. This is where we need Shiloh Hendrix in here, man. To listening to this shit. Because if you could drop the hard R for somebody go through your diaper bag, what can you drop for fucking somebody fucking putting a gun in you and taking your fucking car?
As a matter of fact, where's Shiloh when you need her?
Yeah, I'm talking about seriously. Like this dude, they got that car by carjacking somebody. That's a very dangerous thing. There's nothing about you gotta echo, man. It's nothing like you think a carjacking is. Like most people, when they think of a carjacking, they just think of the word. They don't think about that individual. What if it's a older woman? You know what I'm saying? Who's never had a gun put in her face. This ain't nothing where she ain't no fucking drug dealer who been robbed by stick-up kids a bunch of times and shit, or been in a bunch of shootouts where, there's a level of like, you never get used to that, but there's a level of like, okay, here we go again.
Yeah.
What if it's like some school teacher and shit, and she's never seen a gun in her face before? You done fucking traumatized the fuck out of that woman.
Or anybody. Anybody for that matter. You know what I mean? A strong man who fucking works out 7 days a week, having a gun put in your face by a retarded somewhere.
Yeah, by literally by like a subhuman. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like it's terrifying.
But by the way, man, I love the thumbnail. Hilarious.
Oh yeah, man. Salute.
Whether we did something right or wrong, this is everyday life for us. Being scared of the.
She said whether we did something right or wrong.
It gets worse.
What it should have been. We need to do something about change in training and diversity and understanding us as a Black culture. We as Black people, we don't deserve to be killed just because we're running away from the police. We're scared just as much as they are. Whether we did something right or wrong. This is everyday life for us, being scared of the police. Take that in consideration while everybody is making comments on the parent should have did this and the parent should have did that.
Okay, come on.
Hey, what do you guys think? You guys that just came up, man. The floor is yours, man.
I think we need to have a consult with the God of Israel on this whole plan that he's got going, because it seems to be pretty shitty.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, I kind of agree with what you said before, like 5 minutes ago, like grading on the curve type of thing.
No.
Like there's not, nothing here is, out of the ordinary. And yeah, the longer you let them talk, then it'll get worse as it goes on.
Yeah, listen, the first guy, he was, he had to think like, yeah, maybe they should have stopped it right there. But here's the thing. At what point do you think like Like let's be honest. Like people in this room, no one's gonna push back against that, right? We talk about how much things have changed, the end of white guilt, it's a reckoning, and all this stuff, and white people are fed up. When do we get to the point where these people whose son just literally put a gun to someone's head, took their car, led the police on a police chase, hopped out the car, led them on a foot chase, dropped his gun, picked his gun up again, and was shot by a cop? When do the people in the room say, hey, man, wait a second, man?
Yeah,
What
no,
about
I
all
hear
that?
you. And it's a good question to kind of pose because basically you're saying like at what point do people go like, all right, black people, you don't own speech anymore?
Yeah.
And then build off of that. Because yeah, no, like if there's no Shiloh in the room right now, and these fucking monkeys are just able to speak this way without any sort of rebuttal or pushback, then
Nothing's changed.
they're effectively
Nothing has
claiming
changed.
the narrative then, and then they win.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is this reckoning that everyone's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And since the white people are fed up, but there's not a white person in there that would dare say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's and even if there was a Shiloh, I just think generally gliders think it's just kind of rude to just interrupt a whole bunch of people talking like this.
Well, no, there's a question and answer segment. Like, no, the representative from the family will take questions at some point. You know what I mean? And no one will say anything. A lawyer or somebody will take questions. And
true. Those are all professional people, right? You got, reporters, legal professionals. They're not going to risk their whole career over this monkey business.
Right. So your career's on the line.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah, no, nothing. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Like the fact that I don't know, that there's no family member to that retired police officer who got targeted for being white is in that room saying you racially fucking murdered our family member. The fact that that's not happening means nothing's changed is basically what you're saying.
And that's a good point, because by the logic that these monkeys are fucking establishing, the family of that man, they're well within their rights to go out and kill a random black person because it's an eye for an eye, right?
Yeah, basically. But we can't have a Shiloh just pop out of the ground. So yeah, stay tuned.
I ain't worried about it.
Take that in consideration while everybody is making comments on the parent should have did this and the parent should have did that.
Okay, come on. I ain't worried
Tattoos, weave, eyelashes.
I was asleep. Ryan, I'm so sorry. This was never supposed to happen to you. Ever. I'm so sorry, Ryan.
Are you sorry that he carjacked somebody?
This is fake as fuck.
Yeah, like what are they sorry about?
He's acting.
Did he have like so much influence over Ryan that he could have been like, hey man, don't go carjack nobody tonight, man. Just take it in, just take it in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he didn't, or
I think they interpret it as like an accident, basically. They just don't have like cognition.
Well, we don't know where he got the gun yet. Okay, because Ryan was or the kid was 18. So the gun he had, it looked like it was like Glock 17 or Glock 19, whatever. But yeah, you got to be 21 to carry that around with you. So we don't know where he got the gun from.
Oh, are you saying that he follows the law?
Right. What are you saying?
No. What
man?
I'm saying is the guy who's crying right now might be the guy who gave him the gun or the guy who put him on.
Now that would be some shit right there.
Okay, but like, isn't that every black family?
I mean, I would just assume he bought the gun out the streets, regular shit,
Right, exactly. Salute to Darren, man. Darren says sunlight saving time. Yeah, man. Fact. Shout out to my man Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP. Coming through once again. Everybody hit that like button, man. You ain't getting this nowhere else, man. Nowhere else, man.
The thing is though, I think they just genuinely can't establish causality. And then so to the glider view, it looks like ethnic narcissism. But if they just can't like establish like to the sun, like the start happens, like everything begins at the moment where they're being chased by the police or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So he just can't put it together.
Yeah, nothing before that matters. Nothing before that.
Exactly.
Nothing before that matters. He could have cut a baby's head off.
Yeah,
and
like
he still didn't deserve to die.
Because
he should have been taken in and taken to trial or whatever. Whatever.
It has to be like a truly heinous crime, I think, for sons to have
I
some
don't know about that.
introspection. Because for
you don't
this
think this
type
is
of
fucking
shit,
heinous? You don't think hitting a random ass dude directing traffic is fucking heinous?
Oh no, 100% that's heinous. But in the son mind, they're thinking, so what? My kid carjacked someone. He wasn't going to kill anyone. He's innocent, and therefore everything that happened afterwards is racism, and our actions of vengeance are justified.
Yeah.
So what would you describe? What would you think of? Because I don't think there is a heinous crime in the black community. We've done these.
I don't
stories.
either.
We've seen these people.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't think there's a heinous crime in the black community that will make black people just be like, you know what?
We wrong for that one.
We wrong for that.
Especially on white folks. Especially on white folks. The bars in hell. We've said.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
White
I
folks,
think
absolutely.
maybe you could get something out of them if it was like,
No,
one
just
black
stop.
person
Just
did a heinous
stop.
thing to another black
hold on,
person.
let's
Then
give him a
like
chance. Give him a
the
chance.
the racial tribalism at that point might subside. But yeah, if a
No,
black
you're
person does
insane.
What was
if
your
a black
scenario?
person does anything to a white person, it's just like basically automatically justified in their mind.
Yeah, 100%.
The number one most important thing with the son is to preserve the ego. It's always to preserve the ego.
But like Fish, when you say that, like it nah, man, you're giving them agency. I don't think they have. Like, I know it's annoying to deal with these people, but I think
No, they absolutely think they're the greatest thing that ever happened on the face of the planet, and they preserve that fact nonstop.
He is correct. I do think that.
Right, but the question is, why do they feel that way?
Because we have to.
Because they have
Because of
low
the environment
IQs,
that we're
which
born in.
leads to them being narcissists.
It's a survival. It is a
Dunning-Kruger.
survival
It's called the
tactic.
Dunning-Kruger.
Right,
It's called Dunning-Kruger.
But narcissism is probably a word, Fish, that you'd like use to describe a glider, because narcissism implies agency.
Yeah, I think they have
Well,
agency.
a better way would.
But like what you're saying basically is like we shouldn't hold them accountable.
No, I'm saying we need an ethno state, and these people are like monkeys, and we can't live with them.
It's main character syndrome.
It's main character
It's
syndrome.
main character syndrome. The story is always about me. Everyone else is just I'm the star. You are all just side characters. That's really
The
it. You're all
supporting cast.
NPCs. You're all NPCs.
Well, here's the thing, like Fish, aren't we kind of screwed? Because Fish, if we attribute narcissism to them, then isn't that kind of like another culture son argument at the end of the day?
No, I think it's genetic.
Okay.
Hey, Fish, do you agree with New Guy as far as like an ethno state?
Yeah, I would be fine with that as long as there's no sons.
But
Well,
there will be nothing but gliders.
First and foremost, no sons.
But
hang on, Fish,
there will
man.
be
I want a
nothing
good
but
one, bro.
gliders.
Hang on, Fish. I want the good ones, man. I want the good ones, bro. You gotta let.
Yeah, I don't want to live around. I don't want to live around the beaver, man. I promise I won't invite
bro. If somebody needed to buy your boat ticket, I'm there.
right. Yo, but
I promise. Though, I promise I won't invite anybody. There's no plus.
Right.
But Fish, you said not sons, but New Guys, it's strictly gliders, right?
Well, yeah, that's fine too. I'm just being more realistic here. In the current state of things.
But if you're being realistic, there's no way you're not gonna have sons.
I mean, you can work within areas, and then once the proof shows itself in the pudding, then the idea will grow.
So here's the thing, too, though. Hold on, here's the thing. Like, you're talking about such a drastic change, Wicked, that like it's almost not even worth talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about like literally like ripping the space-time quantum
Right.
fucking
Well,
like Back to the Future. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well,
Like you
I'm just
can't do
highlighting
that.
Nugay.
It's
That's
a
what
tall
Nugay
order.
believes.
I mean, even the Jews in Israel, they
Even,
still got to deal with the Arabs. They're like, what, a quarter of the population?
but even
Yeah.
Israel's, it's a tiny land, right? Look, I'm just highlighting Nugay's beliefs, right? That's all I'm doing. I think it's impossible, obviously, but
You can do it like locally. I mean, that's basically what's been happening since the inception of this fucking country. Like gliders would locally segregate from suns as best they could.
yeah, as best they could is an important part of that sentence.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, do burritos not do that as well?
I think everybody, to whatever degree, does. Even the sons. Even the
Where's
sons.
the Chicano state? Where's the the whole Chicano state where there's no
The
like
barrio.
where there's no like Ricky Martin looking Hispanics and shit and Jessica Alba looking Hispanics? Where it's just
Well,
all fucking Chicanos and shit. Where's that?
I mean, we're all I told you before, we're all the same. Up and
Well,
down the
I'll tell you
scale,
where
we're
that
the
is. I'll
same.
answer that question. It's actually so a good example of I think what everyone's talking about here is the prison system. Okay, you look at the prison system. First of all, the Aryan Nation or AB, whoever the hell you want to call them. All right, they
The
are
Peckerwoods.
the Peckerwoods, right? Yeah, they're in the minority, but they account for the most violence. Okay, they also have programs like you got to get up. You can't you can't be fucking around with boys. You got to exercise. They have standards, and we're talking about people who are locked behind bars for the rest of their lives. They have standards. Mexican gangs, they have standards. The black gangs are the only ones who are just on their own fucking program.
Yeah,
So
the
yes,
black gangs are divided too.
an ethno state would work. It does work, but it has to be enforced.
Yeah, prison. Yeah, prison is the policy, but also prison doesn't have any women, right? If think about it, with some white women in that prison, they would like be like, "Oh, no, don't be so mean to the sons. Oh, just let some of them, they be fucking son men and all types of shit. Like it's all men in prison. There's no other, you know what I'm saying? There's no
Jews
women.
or women in prison to fuck it up.
So it's like those things. I agree with you. Like those like programs that they have can be. It's just like the military. You know what I'm saying? Like the military when they start fucking up when they let women and transgenders in. Like once you remove that and then it's all men and the structure and it's strict and men are competing with each other to be the best that they can, you know what I'm saying, or to be the hardest or to be the fucking bravest, you know what I mean? You can work with that, but no, I mean, in society, there's too many variables, man. Let me play the rest of this.
Just know he wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh shit.
He wasn't. He was scared. He tripped and fell. He must have been so scared.
Oh God.
That is like the most terrible acting.
Jesus Christ, bro! They don't. Oh my God, I'm at a loss for words, dude.
He fell down and then he was scared.
This better be his first fucking arrest. Because I know one thing, man. After I got arrested the first time, I was horrified. I thought listen, before I ever got arrested before, I thought they took you straight to prison and like threw you in the cell with like some big buff dude, and you know what I'm saying? Like lifer or something. In my mind, that's how it was, even though, you know what I'm saying, that's just how it plays out in your mind when you're very young. After I got
You thought your
arrested,
booty was on the menu?
you just think, you know what I'm saying? You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you just see movies and you hear about all that shit and you're scared of something. It's the unknown. But after the one time, I was like, oh, so they take you down here, they fingerprint you, they put you in a cell with other people that's going to court
And then they let you go.
shit, and then they let you go. I was like, oh, okay.
It's
So
like high and by almost.
Yeah, okay, so if this is his first ever arrest, but if this motherfucker got a rap sheet,
Right.
I don't want to hear that scared shit.
Right.
No way, man. These motherfuckers, this is crazy, man.
It kept getting. You see how it kept getting worse, like from the guy to the female to the dude.
Oh
It just got
man.
worse.
Oh man.
There's
Yeah, you're
information
right. Based
floating
on
around
the
that.
whole performance, the grandpa he gets
There's
a B
information
plus.
floating around that.
Yeah, this is that was
There's
bad.
information floating around that the car wasn't stolen.
Oh my god.
The car was in fact behind on payments. My God. My God. My God.
Is this the false police report version, like with Carmelo? Remember they grabbed his phone and stomped on it, and then they beat him up at a party a week earlier and shit.
You know what? I heard that the Sunteen and the cop knew each other, right? The cop was a security guard at his school, right?
Right.
I mean, I heard that there were orphans that were being rescued from a glider internment camp in this car.
Yeah, man. This is them. They always do this. They always muddy the waters.
Yeah. Every time, every single fucking time.
My God. If this is true, like I said, that's a false police report. That's a false claim. On top of, if that's true, this should open up a worldwide change to how dealerships, when it's reported that a car is behind on payments, instead of it being listed as stolen, it needs to say repo now, repo available, tow now, any motherfucking thing other than stolen. Because police will approach the situation completely different. Okay? If a vehicle is stolen, police are approaching that vehicle with a different mindset. With a completely different mindset. And then you got 4 black men sitting in the car. They're going to lose their fucking mind. They go into that car. They're approaching that car. Trigger.
So here's the thing. Police, think about it. Police officers shocked at dealing with a black person. Think about that. Police officers just don't know how to deal with black people. That's what we're supposed to do. If you're a police officer, the majority of your job, literally, leaving no matter where you're at. It doesn't matter if you're in an all-white town. Doesn't matter if you're in a fucking all-black town. If you're a police officer, the majority of your job is dealing with black people. So why would a police officer be shocked to see 4 black people in the car?
Right. And the way that some people talk when shit like this happens, like it's like some people aren't out here carjacking people, right? If some people are not carjacking people, like who is? Who's carjacking everybody?
There will be nobody. Nobody will be carjacking anybody. Here's the thing. This guy, not only did he base this on a what if, right? But then he subtly turns it into like a fact by like I can see how this would trick black people, right? And he said, then the laws need to change on how they, the car dealerships do this and that. And by the time you think about that, you forget that, like, wait a second, everything this nigga's saying is basically on some shit he said he had heard and did. And then now he's talking about 4 black men in the car, and the cops roll up and they see 4 black men in the car, so that makes them what? It makes them what? If you're a cop and you're a crime fighter, almost everybody you interact with is going to be black.
So like whether the car needs to be repoed or it's stolen, what part of that scenario warrants this dude pulling his gun out on the cop?
Running in his hand.
The stolen part is what warrants it, I guess.
Trigger happy.
Well,
But if it
if they're
says
there to
tow
repo your
now
car, are you
or
allowed to pull a gun on them?
Are you allowed to chase? Like, think about it. They pull you over. Yeah, your car needs to be repo, and then you take off in the car.
Yeah, and then you jump out
Right.
with a gun. Like, what scenario where does that make sense?
or repo
Hopeless.
available, behind on payments, you can list it as any fucking thing outside of stolen. They would completely approach their car completely different. My God, you almost want to hope that their car was stolen and not behind on payments. Because if a dealership called in and said their car was behind on payments and they listed it as stolen, the irony in it is Rodney Hinton. I would damn near compare that to Rodney King. When they say history repeat itself, I didn't think it was going to be like this. That's not a good look. Now let this be a learning lesson. Let this be a learning lesson moving forward. Change how shit is reported. If that's the case, that's not a good look.
Yo, can you imagine, right? If late payments cause cars to be reported as stolen and blacklisted? Think about that.
That would be insane. I mean, you would have to have whole fleets of fucking trucks, and I mean, it would just be
you need the army.
tow trucks and fucking you need the army.
You need
to
the army
literally
to
handle
start,
that.
Processing all of that. It's a lot of paperwork. I'm sure.
Let's see what he thought about the fucking what's his face? What's the Carmelo? Let's see if he said something about Carmelo.
What the
the fact that some people can just get on social media and do this shit all day, every day, and just ramble out their asshole is it's like hard to grasp.
This dude is new. He don't got many
How's that hard to grasp, man? These motherfuckers ain't got no jobs, bro.
There's information.
I mean, even still, it's like how do you have the stamina to sit there and do this over and over and over again and just listen to yourself talk and say nothing every day? I'd be bored out of my mind.
And I'm gonna say this in the most respectful, but I'm gonna be honest, way that I can. R.I.P. to that officer. But to everyone saying that he's innocent, he fit the description.
Well, he need to take his sweet ass on somewhere.
Son word. Did you hear what do you even mean, son word?
I don't know what that means. I'm confused. I don't even know what the fuck he meant.
I think he means like a white guy with a badge who's racist, it seems.
So I've been seeing quite a few videos about Rodney Hinton. He's the man that unalived a sheriff's deputy after his son.
Hold on, let me salute to my man, Mr. Terrible, man. Shout out to Mr. Terrible. Amazing Disgrace says, living with sons is like swimming with sharks. There needs to be solid rules of engagement. Well, here's the difference, man. Swimming with sharks, you're like a human and the shark is a shark. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're both living with sons. Whites are literally, that white man's daughter can literally have a baby with that black man. You can't have a baby with a shark. It's like we're the same species. We're so close, but we're so far away. So it literally I can see how some gliders, well, it's just skin color, you know what I'm saying, or it's hair texture. With a shark, that's a fucking shark, and I'm a man, and I'm in water, and this is not my element, da da da. White people are literally yo, these are humans too. And it's like, well, yeah, we humans too, but man, we are different, man. And I think that is something that, along with the reckoning, is slowly starting to come to the layman glider, not y'all here at our nation, but I think the layman glider is starting to be like, yo, wait a second. We different besides hair texture and skin color. And like maybe the ability to jump and dick size and all that like stereotypes. We're literally like way different. You know what I'm saying? Like we're way different. I'm starting to see it too in the comments too, because people are talking about IQ more. People and then fucking prefrontal cortexes. People are talking about that way more than they were last year, man.
The comments where?
Any of it.
Everywhere on anything, yeah, everything. The comments under the news story, the comments on Twitter. More people are speaking on cognitive differences and behavioral differences, innate heritable innate differences, things that can't be changed, things that you can't you know what I'm saying? The whole father in the home thing is still going around, but that's not the only thing. Like last year, the only thing a glider could really safely say is they need fathers in the home.
Well, here's a father in the home, right? Perfect scenario.
Exactly.
It used to be like for every comment, fathers in the home, or for every IQ comment, there'd be like 10 fathers in the home comment. But now it's like the equilibrium is shifting.
Yeah, it's the other way now. Yep, but still, like we said, man, as much as it's changed, it still hasn't changed as much as we think it is. You know what I mean? Like I went to Walmart. I ran errands today, and no white person that I saw seemed like it was a race war. No black person that I saw was going in any race war. People was just doing what they do. It was just normal life. I think the race war people are way out ahead of themselves. There's not going to be a war like that. The war is going to be like a culture war, a societal war, where things like, think about it, right? Donald Trump got rid of DEI months ago, right? We haven't even had a cycle, a year of without DEI. So like we don't that bomb was dropped, but we haven't gone in and seen the damage. We haven't gone in and seen the casualties. We haven't gone in yet because there hasn't been enough time. All the things that the executive orders, we haven't had enough time to see the effect of those. So you don't know where the culture war is yet. Like I know one thing, I got a lot of help from sons in DC because I voted for Trump because they're losing their jobs. And they're having to go to work. They've been sitting home playing watching fucking Ricky Lake and shit all day, and Judge Joe Brown and shit, and Judge Judy all day, and now they got to go in the office, and they upset about that. Their jobs where they take 2-hour lunch breaks and go buy $20 salads and take 3 or 4 smoke breaks and shit. And you know what I'm saying? They just fuck around on the internet all day in their government job. That shit is coming to an end. Their job, they're losing those jobs. And those people have been relying on those jobs for forever, as long as I've been in DC, alive. Because, I mean, that's part of the living in DC, getting a good government job. But we can't tell what ending that has done after 2 months, 3 months. It's going to take a year, 2 years to see what happened, because those people are going to now have to get new jobs or not get new jobs. They're going to have to sink or swim. And that's when you'll just find out what NDI will done. Because will these people sink or will they swim? You know what I mean? So a lot of the culture war takes time, and people are acting like they're going to microwave it. It's going to take years. This shit is going to take years. Shit's going to go on and on. But yeah, let me salute to Marvin Law. He says Here we go again, loving the standard for our F ups, lowering the standard for our F ups. Yeah, man. This guy looks familiar. I forgot.
Son was unalived by police officers. Apparently, his son was shot in the back while fleeing police officers. The police claim that the son had a gun, but the video evidence doesn't prove that. So this young
All
man,
right, right here. We got the video of it. He clearly has the gun in the video. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Well, 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 well. How y'all feel? Good? I see you still blessed. You're highly favored. Listen, I came on real quick to step in on this Rodney Hinton situation. Let me first start out by saying my condolences to the officer's family that lost his life. I never, ever do I want to see an officer lose their life, especially in the line of duty. You know why? I was out there 13 years, got injured on duty, 10 years on the street, 3 years as a detective. So I understand. Never want to see that. I mean, I back the blue 100%. But I do see a lot of people that are coming down hard on Rodney Hinton, and I get it. I understand it, and I'm not going to even attempt to make any excuse or anything for what happened. But I will say this, from the outside looking in, as everyone else is, I don't get it, I don't condone it, but I understand it. As a parent, I'm thinking perhaps he thought maybe if I don't do something, these cops are going to walk scot-free. You know why? Because number 47 said he's going to give him full immunity. Remember that?
This is an ex-black cop, y'all.
Remember what I told you earlier, Rag?
Yeah, definitely.
He gets an F. What is he talking about, man? He should know better, right? And the reason I say that is because this king, this brother, he had a first row seat to the greatest show. He got to see what it was, man. He got to answer calls and go to people's houses and see how they behave, how they reacted to each other, to him. He knows who the problem was. And for him to say that, think about it.
Wow.
And let me say this, just to be a little objective in the situation. From the way I understand, okay, the kid was in a stolen vehicle. Yes, do your job. You got to handle your business. But if he's running away from the cop, that means he is no threat to them at all.
So how do you catch him? He is armed. How do you catch an armed person without shooting them? I want somebody to answer that question for me. If I have a gun, I'm running away from you. How do you catch me? How do you apprehend me without A, me killing you with the gun that I have, or B, you killing me with the gun that you have?
And they're acting like he was like down the road, like Forrest Gump or some shit. Like that motherfucker was literally right there. Like he wasn't like they act like the cop had to like get on one knee and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like get his sight, look through his sight to find to find him and shit. The kid was literally like
Right
2
there.
feet from the cop.
Right.
Well,
Everything
not only
happened
that, but
fast.
there were multiple suspects and there was multiple officers chasing multiple suspects.
Exactly.
There were
Exactly.
cops running after people in front of him, which means that he would have been running behind the other cops who were chasing his friends with a gun in his hand.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to even try to rationalize the father's logic is retarded.
Yeah, this just look at this. This cop, he pulls over. This is on the heels of a police chase, right? He stops. He knows these guys are desperate because there's just been a police chase. He falls. That's him. Hold on. Let me show you him falling. This is we can all see what the cop can see and what the cop can't see. The kid right here on the right. Like soon as he can't see nothing now. Then he comes around and sees the kid. This is the kid. The kid falls. Drops the gun, picks the gun up, and now he can't see him again. The last thing he saw was him picking up the gun. And then the next thing he sees is him pop up out of nowhere with the gun in his hand. I mean, like, God damn, man. And this is in super slow motion.
Yeah, yeah. Even in this pace, it's a lot going on.
Well, I mean, he's got a gun in his hand.
And,
You're obviously
again, mind you, we're watching it from the comfort of our fucking wherever the fuck we are, right?
Nah, I just want one of these
Being
niggas
there is
to
a
answer
whole
this
nother
question.
fucking ballgame.
I just want one of these niggas to answer this question. How do you stop him? Am I supposed to run up to him and tackle him with the gun in his hand? Do I use a taser while he has the gun in his hand? Do I use pepper spray? My baton. How do you stop him?
Get Diddy after him.
Man, this cop is a hero.
I ain't going that far, but I'm not saying he's a criminal.
How is he not a hero?
He's doing his fucking job. That's what he gets paid for. You're not a hero if you get paid.
Whoa. He's chasing a songbird with a gun. He's a fucking hero, bro.
He signed up to chase some men with guns.
Right.
Okay?
He signed off there. Brother. I mean, you feel me? Act like either he's a hero or he's a fucking retard. Because who signs up to chase songbirds with guns?
That's a good point.
Well, two things can be true at the same time.
No, those 2 points can't. I'm with Wicked on that one. He's either a hero or retarded.
I think you have to have some level of retardation to want to do that job.
What you're saying? Here's what you're saying, Magnate. Like a fucking paramedic who fucking or let's just say an army medevac, right? He comes to the battlefield and they scoop up a fucking soldier being shot, and they fucking patch up his fucking body and shit, and staple him up and get him just alive enough to get on a helicopter. Then they fly his ass back to the fucking hospital, keep him alive during the fucking helicopter ride, and dump his ass at the hospital where the surgeons can take over from there, right? And you say, well, damn, that was just his job. Well, yeah, him even taking that job is heroic. The guy, the medevac paramedics, they are heroic when they fucking fill out the application, Magnate.
So yes and no.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Is it heroic to just even want to do that?
No, hang on. So, believe it or not, most people in high threat jobs, so military, law enforcement, even firefighters and stuff, they actually have a degree of psychopathy. They have a hero complex. That is a thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. I'm not saying what he did was not a good thing, or in your scenario was not a good thing. But what I'm saying is that you signed up for it. You're trained to do that. Now, if I'm walking down Walmart aisle and I fall over and I have a heart attack, and the dude who's stacking up the freaking vegetables comes over and gives me mouth to mouth and saves my life, that motherfucker's a hero. All right, not the people who are trained to do exactly what they did.
You know what? I'm willing to meet Mag
Oh
halfway. He's a
man.
retarded hero.
You have
Oh
to
my
have.
god.
I mean. Okay, so think about it though. What we're talking about here. In order to be a white cop in America, okay, I'm assuming this guy. He's still on the street. So most people on the street nowadays have about 5, maybe to 6 years experience. Okay, if not, they would have moved on to detective, SWAT team, whatever. So most of your officers on the street right now, and this is nationwide, statistically have less than 5 to 3 years on the street. Okay, if you became a cop in America as a white man in the last decade,
Are you saying
after
that
seeing
everybody? But are you
after
saying on
seeing
the?
after seeing the George Floyds, after seeing the Sandra Blands, after seeing all these cases, you have to be there's got to be some level of retardation there. That's all I'm saying.
I don't agree that that most cops have 3 to 5 years because everybody can't be a detective. Like, think about it. In New York, there's like 40,000 cops. You know, like everybody's not going to fucking advance the detective. Man. What are you
But
talking
well,
about?
okay, no, I'm talking about statistically speaking, right? Most most of your street cops are going to have 3 to 5 years. I know that sounds crazy. It really is crazy.
Okay.
But that's the national standard, bro. Because there's a
Mm.
high turnover rate as well. There's a high turnover rate, right? So you get the people who come in, they come in, let's say they want to be a city cop. They come in, they get their experience. A lot of those people, if they don't move up within the department, they go off to your federal agencies, FBI, NCIS, whatever. They go off to your 3-letter agencies, they do something else because it pays better. So no,
Mm.
I'm correct. The statistically speaking, yes, 3 to 5 years. That's the standard for your average street officer.
Did I freeze or is it me?
No. I
Mm.
think Ox internet
Oh,
Huh?
cut,
okay. Oh, I thought you froze,
Man.
Chief.
or maybe he fell asleep.
Nah, man. I mean, I was listening to y'all. Man. Every time I listen to somebody talk, they think I fall asleep.
No, I mean I thought you froze. I mean you wasn't even blinking. But
Well, we all have PTSD from you
yeah,
nodding
to be
off
fair,
and leaving us
yeah.
listening to some dog shit for half an hour.
But
We
Oh
all just were
shit.
waiting to hear the snoring.
yeah, I mean look at the
Yeah,
end.
if I'm sleeping, I'm snoring. So like it ain't no in between. The second I fall asleep, I snore. So you can't accuse me of sleeping if I'm not snoring.
but at the end of the day, right? Hero or not, right? Somebody has to chase down these violent criminals, right? Somebody has to do it. Who?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Jay in Memphis.
Sons wouldn't have a system for that. If in there, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just that we're thrust into a world we don't understand. Like a collective, like the collective coming together to form a body that could deal with crime, the element of crime in the community. I don't think Sons would have come up with that. What Gliders didn't even come up with that till relatively recently. I don't even think Sons would ever come up with that. Like it would just be everybody else. Everybody would handle their own problems. Like if you had a dispute, maybe like if it got big enough, you could bring it in front of the chief or something. But as far as like just having a collective body that laws, because remember the police are born out of laws. So at the base, at their root, police is law enforcement, right? They're law enforcement officers. So you would have to have a system of laws. And we haven't seen anywhere where Sons have created um, uh, um, a system of laws. You know, everything is just basically like arbitrary in spur of the moment. Like, all right, we'll cut his dick off and set him on fire, or put a tire around his neck and fill it with gasoline. Like there's no set in stone. Like this gets you this and that gets you that and that gets you this. If you do this, you get that. The Sons have never created that, so I don't think we have that in our mind to even think about the world through that prism. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because there's no Sun equivalent to that. There's nothing you can point to socially that shows that an organization where Sun men would have that. That's why our gangs, for instance, I like to use that as a example. A lot of the other white gangs, they have structure, they have rules. I'm talking about outside of prison. A lot of the Italians, they had structure, they had rules. The mafia and whatnot. The black gangs, no, I mean it's pretty much a free for all.
Yo, if you're in a black gang and you do a shooting that has nothing involved with the gang, like you're not like, it's not like, all right, we're gonna ride on the ops. No, you at a gas station and some fucking Sun man that's not even in a gang, a rival gang, looks at you funny, and you pull out your gun and you fired him, you miss him, you kill a couple kids and an old lady, right, by accident. That black gang, you'll never be like, you'll never come in front of the gang tribunal about like, yo, man, that what you did, you weren't even shooting at our ops. This had nothing to do with the gang, and you killed the kid and the old lady, and this is your punishment for that. In a black gang, it would just be like, yo, you be on a run over some fucking She-Boon's house, hide in her basement and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, trying to like lay low for the cops and shit. And then like you get arrested one day and shit, the SWAT team will come get you, you go to jail, and be like, what you in for? Man, a couple bodies. And then it'd be like, all right. And then if you never ran into somebody who was related to that little girl or that fucking old lady, nothing would ever happen to you behind that.
As far as black people, yes. As far as being regulated by other black people.
And you're in a gang.
Yeah.
And you've brought a lot of heat to the gang, and you also, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. But it's just like, it's not like that. Like, the only thing niggas care about is snitching. And they only really care about that much. Snitching. So if someone told on you, whoever turned you in for killing that kid and that old lady, that would be the person that the gang would go after.
Well,
There's no rule.
I was of the mind that like Suns would the rural structure wouldn't it be like surrounded around the chief, who had kind of like a mystical aura about him, like kind of like North Korea. Like the chief would be the top dog and he'd be the supreme leader of that little tribe. And then if that tribe got too big, maybe there'd be a civil war, but it would have to split up at some point. And it would just keep splitting up over and over and over again. So maybe Suns can live in like packs of 50 at the most or something like that.
No, I think Suns could live in like 5,000. Oh, 1,000.
If that were the case, it would have to be run by fear and ruthlessness. There would be no common sense of community driving everyone's actions. It would have to be, you'd have to rule with an iron fist.
Yeah, fear. Like yeah, you would wake up every morning knowing who was in charge. When Suns wake up in America, America's so big, like my little life, if I'm a little fucking Sun man in the hood and shit, like, yo, I'm in charge, or we in charge, or we the shit, you know what I'm saying? In order for a Sun community to be effective, ruled by Suns, those Suns would have to worship the leader. They would have to worship him, and they would have to know that, like, yo, he is life or death. Life or death. Like, he would have to make public displays. Like, executions would have to be public. Like, almost all executions would have to be public. You'd have to kill people in front of them to keep reminding them. Like, you'd have to almost like weekly kill someone in front of everybody so they can remember, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this he's in charge, and you gotta do what he says.
Yeah, that's how slavery worked.
Sons will try you. Sons will try you, man. So it's like you're gonna have to keep your foot on in there. And every great son leader has done that. All of them. They don't play. There's no democracy, man. There's no son democracy. There's no son equivalent to democracy. There's no son republic. There's none of that. None of that, man. Let's see what's going on here in Minneapolis, man.
A few minutes after 9 o'clock tonight, Minneapolis police received a shooting call at this location. Police officers arrived and found a 14-year-old male on the ground on the property here behind me, suffering from at least one gunshot wound. Officers provided medical aid, trying to stop the bleeding, as well as initiating CPR. The teenager was transported to the hospital, where he was later pronounced deceased. The preliminary information from this incident, it appears that there's a group of around a dozen teenage males that were in this area. They were lingering here on the corner on both sides of the street. And at some point there was an altercation where at least one person threw a punch, and then a couple of individuals were chased back across the street behind me. And at one point, one of them pulled out a gun, firing and striking our victim. We obviously have information and evidence that we're going through, and the investigation is in its initial stages. But this appears to be what is typical anywhere around the country, and that's teenage boys, getting into some kind of altercation. But the problem here is when teenagers have guns. And so instead of settling a fight with fists and that kind of thing, this has now turned deadly, taking away a life of a teenager and changing others forever. While we were here, as you know, about an hour later, there was a police officers who called in shots fired in the area of 11th Avenue South near Elliott Park. Police officers found a victim who is a 29-year-old male with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Police officers followed an individual and then took him into custody, who we believe is the shooter for that shooting. And just to be clear, we believe that has no connection to this whatsoever. That incident.
Look at this shit, man. You know that was black. You know the fucking kid who got fucking
only
we are
niggas
shocked. Not only
only
are
niggas
the
require
victims juvenile,
two, or only niggas require one press conference to cover two fucking shootings in a small amount of time.
I'm telling you, man.
And it was probably another shooting while he was on camera.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see that. Let me go to Twitter, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. Smash the like button, man. Smash the PayPal, hit the Cash App. Marcy, what's happening, Marcy, man? What's going on, man? You had the baby yet?
Not yet. It should be next week.
Huh? You had the baby. You having the baby next week, man? You done fucking went and became a family man and left Odd Nation alone, man. You've been we've been going to all the doctor's appointments and all that stuff.
About half of them. I've had to work a whole lot.
Oh, you saving up your money because you want to have some money when the baby get here, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. And the house.
Yeah.
You saving up money,
house
so
now.
Oh,
you
you
saving up money so you
moved
can move away from sons.
Oh,
Yeah.
you moved to a house?
Sort of. Yeah.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. What are y'all having?
We're having a girl.
Oh, okay. What's her name gonna be?
Bailey.
Bailey. Oh, white name. You gave your little girl a white name. Okay. You married to a sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
You want that
gave her a
baby to have
white
good
name.
credit.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to get stereotyped. That's right. You want to be able to fill out a job application. That's what's up, man.
Bro, you don't want to name her. You sure you don't want to name her Sharkeisha, bro? You don't want to be unique with it, bro. All right. Here's what you do, man. You get a
Yeah, I don't know.
bunch of
I'm not trying to doom her out the womb.
All right, you ever play Scrabble, man? You get Scrabble. You get some Scrabble pieces, bro. You just shake them bitches up, man. Throw it on the ground, and you got a name, bro. You got to be unique, bro.
Yeah, man.
Nah, I say that for the darker sons.
So this your wife's first baby, right? She's scared as a motherfucker. I know she is. My wife was scared as shit, man. First baby. Second time, that shit was just like clockwork. But yeah, your wife's scared as shit, man. You gonna have to eat a lot of shit this next week, man. You know that, right?
Yeah, but she's really excited. She's excited for
Yeah. I mean, there's
to be able
excitement
to
and
hold her.
there's excitement. There's everything. Is the pregnancy been complicated or it's been regular?
It's been going well. No diabetes or anything like that.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
She gonna have.
So somebody got some static going.
I think that's you, man. I think he gonna So she gonna spit that watermelon out, man. You gonna be in there when she do it? Huh?
Yeah.
You must be in there. You gonna be right there. You better be in there. You better be in there, motherfucker. If you ain't in there, man, you in trouble, Jack. You gonna have to be in there. Now listen, man. You good at this because you quiet and shit. Don't attract any attention to yourself, motherfucker. Don't talk about nothing. I don't give a fuck if your motherfucking foot fall off. Just motherfucking put that shit in your pocket and fucking keep it moving. Because I'm telling you, they gonna she gonna. I'm telling you, man. If you everything you do during this time is going to be remembered for infinity and beyond, dog. Best thing is to do, keep your fucking mouth shut. And yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, whatever, you right. Yes, ma'am, you right. Don't say shit. Because anything you say, anything you do is you're gonna be in trouble forever for that shit.
Man, my first kid, I was horrible in the hospital, and she reminded me of it all the time. I just had my fourth kid, and to make up for it, we did that shit at home alone with nobody but us and our other daughters.
Oh wow.
So,
Congratulations.
hope that made up for it, but I doubt it.
So what did you do? What did you do the first time? What did you do wrong the first time?
Well, they like pressured her into a C-section at the last minute unnecessarily.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, first two they did
It
that.
seemed like they'll rather do a C-section than a vaginal birth.
Yeah, and they told us she couldn't do it anymore naturally. And then our third one, it was with a midwife, and then the last one was just straight up, just us at home with nobody.
Yeah, that
So
C-section
don't listen
shit.
to them; they're fucking liars.
Yeah, they are liars. When they say you need a C-section, they're usually fucking lazy. It's like they're lazy and shit. Fucking liars and shit. Yeah, because that shit is so true. But yeah, man, Mars, you gonna be all right, man. Just yeah, and don't act like you going through something. Like if you know what I'm saying, like you being there is going through something. Just hold her hand and stroke her forehead and just let her do. And here's the thing too: if she having trouble pushing, tell the nurse, the doctor, to let her stand up, right? because my wife, she had the baby standing up, like leaning over on the hospital bed, and the baby just came right out. I'm talking about that thing. I'm talking my son just literally came right out, like whoop. Once she stood up and leaned over, whoop, came right out. I'm serious, no bullshit.
Yeah, that position
No,
they
I
have you in at the hospital is super unnatural, dude.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what
yeah,
I thought. Like leaning over is a more natural position.
yeah. That motherfucker came right out. Bloop.
Yeah, congrats, Mossy.
Thank you.
It really is like the greatest thing ever, man. It's super fun.
Yeah. Salute the boy Kachina. He says, Mossy, congratulations, man. Yeah, man. Mossy about to be a father, man. He about to be what kind of stroller you got? You got the Mockingbird joint?
We got one that I forgot the name of it, but it has a car seat. It has a station for a car seat, and you can take it off the car. You can take it out of the station, and you put it on wheels. So it's like an old time stroller, so the baby can lay down on her back. That's kind of stroller we have.
Right. Yeah, man. You got to make sure you get the right kind of car seat, the best kind of car seat and stroller and all that shit, man. Best strollers is like $600, $700, man. Seriously, man. Them shit's
Yeah.
expensive.
Hey, since we're talking about kids, what do you guys think? Like, what should you teach your kids about sun men, like without making them like just scared of black people? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I would
It's like
say
a
this,
fine line,
man.
you know?
I would say this early on. You don't really. I wouldn't tell my kids anything. Like my daughter, I don't. She just being a kid right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it was later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Like junior high school, I'm gonna have to hip her like, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, why do you have to? What, mommy? Why did this person do that and that person do that? I mean, you got to be careful, man, because you know what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you because I haven't done it yet. All I can say is that I'm just letting my kids be kids right now. Like my daughter, she go to school, Montessori school. She in school with like I'm talking about like the fucking United Nations, man. There's all types of motherfuckers that are in school, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, she just going to school, learning and shit. She tell me some kids be rude. Like some kids did something today that made her mad or something. Just go through that, man. But yeah, I can't help you with how to tell your kids to deal with. I know, like, cause sons, man, you gotta understand, like, when that shit is heavy, man. Your kid might go to school and say something, and then they gonna be like, "Who told you that?" And my daddy told me don't do this to black people. And then now you the parent that told your kid.
Well, let me tell you something. So we homeschool our kids, so it's a little different. But my oldest, she's 7, and I started getting a little crazy at first, where I would kind of talk about this stuff around her, and it got to the point where we were at the store, and I didn't notice. Like we're in a predominantly white area, so there's not many of them. But she nudged me, and she's like, "Hey, Dad," and I look at her, and she's like looking at him with her like eyes kind of to the side, like, "Hey, look." And there's a black dude walking by. Like she's like, "Dad, there's one right there. Be careful!" Like holy
Oh,
shit.
shit.
That was when I'm like, okay, I gotta chill out with this.
Yeah, because you gotta think kids will snitch on you. Who told you that? My daddy. My daddy, he always says be careful around black people. He's like, oh shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So it's like you gotta tiptoe around it because
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta let them be kids now, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some though, you know what I mean? They'll come to you. A lot of times kids come to you with stuff, and then that's your opportunity to tell them stuff when they come to you. You know what I mean? Like she might
Right.
be school, and some bullshikas might want to fight her, and she be like, "I don't like fighting, Daddy," and he like, "Yeah, no, fighting girls aren't supposed to like brawl at school," and she's like, "Well, these girls want to fight me, and they said they want to fight me, and I can't tell why they want to fight me." And you be like, "Well, they probably want to fight you because of this and that, and
Right.
we're gonna go to the teacher, we're gonna tell the teacher." Or tell the principal, like, hey man, these fucking she-bulls want to fight my daughter for fucking no reason. This ain't fucking UFC. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck is
Yeah.
going on with it? And people figure shit out.
Yeah. Well, I just knew black kids were the ones that would try to sell you sidekicks at school,
Tell you what.
I just knew they were thieves and they always fought the Mexicans. I was like, there was only a few white kids in my school, so we were kind of like out off to the side, minding our own business while the blacks and Mexicans fought each other. So I didn't
Oh
really have
yeah,
too many I knew they were kind of crazy, but I didn't really have any bad experiences with them myself.
So
Surprisingly.
who won the fights? Who won the fights between the blacks and the
Oh, the
Mexicans?
Mexicans, dude. The Mexicans always brought bats. Yeah, they had like shutdowns and shit at school because these like race riots they would call them. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. This is like middle school too.
So the Mexicans would fight with bats.
Yeah.
But the Suns are bigger. Weren't the Suns bigger than them?
Yeah, but the Mexicans were crazy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the Mexicans had more, like they had each other's backs. I don't know, but it seemed like the Mexicans always seemed to win.
So the
This is in
Mexicans always.
SoCal.
Oh, this is SoCal.
So they got
Okay.
there's tons of Mexicans.
Yeah.
They got numbers, I guess.
That's deep. Let's see this.
You sorry ass cracker, because he can get his ass whooped right now in front of y'all. Bitch, I'll catch you in Vancouver where we can look up in the street. And if the police see y'all, beat your motherfucking ass. You sorry ass cracker, because he can get his ass whooped right now in front of y'all. Bitch, I'll catch you in Vancouver where we can look up in the street. And if the police see y'all, beat your mother.
Yeah, the toughest dude in Vancouver, man. This is Vancouver thug, man. God, don't let him catch you in Vancouver, man. I never heard that, man. I never heard somebody say, "Don't let me catch you in Vancouver." Man.
The streets of Vancouver, man. Fuck.
Yo, God, dog.
This dude would sell Canada in a minute.
Maybe if you have a daughter, you just show her this video and let her kind of fill in the blanks.
Motherfucking ass. You sorry ass cracker, because he can get his ass whooped right now in front of y'all. Bitch, I'll catch you in Vancouver where we can look up in the street. And if the police see y'all, beat your motherfucking
ass. I gotta tell you though, like, I don't know if you have to tell a glider at a young age that sons are different. They know that it's when they're indoctrinated to think that they're not different. If you just indoctrinate them with nothing, they very quickly come to the obvious conclusion.
Okay, so give me an example, like, because I grew up around like at the beginning when we lived in Boston, as far as I can remember, right? This is back as far as I remember. I had little friends, Sarah, Ian. I had little white friends in Boston, and I had black friends. But my little white friends, I never. Ernie, who's my little friend? My little friend Ernie. Yeah, Ernie, not Ian. Sorry, Ernie. We were like, I never thought of them really as white. And I don't feel like they thought of me as black at that young age, right? But like, what do white kids say like when they notice the difference?
Well, maybe no, actually, when you bring it up that way, yeah, if you're from age 0 going onwards, if you're raised in a mixed environment, then maybe it would be a bit different. But in my case, like I was in a white only environment until middle school. So you couldn't help but compare it on the first day of middle school because all these blacks are everywhere and they're violent. So like it was impossible to not notice.
So middle school, so elementary school, y'all were like segregated, and
No, no,
then
no.
y'all,
Mossy's in chat.
uh, yes. So you're saying like once the puberty hit or something? Is that what you're saying in middle school?
I don't think it's that. I think it's more just the fact that I went from 100% glider environment to a mixed one. You could
Right.
obviously tell the differences.
Yeah, I kind of experienced that too. Like I noticed it, but it was so indoctrinated, and we were so indoctrinated that I kind of thought that they were that way because of us.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like we caused this, so you kind of have to cut them a break,
That's
So
the good way to put it. Yeah, cut them a
so
break.
how do little white kids process being responsible for other people's behavior?
Well, like one of my earliest memories is I was in a play in kindergarten where they like kids were playing the Indians and some were playing the Pilgrims and we were like killing these fucking guys. Like that's one of my earliest memories, dude. So it was just like, white guilt from the very beginning.
Mm. No, but what I'm saying is like, how do you like? Okay, that's an example of the documentation, but how do you like say for instance, you're sitting in class, right? And the black kids are like, talking and disrupting the class or just disobeying the teacher and just doing their own thing. And you're trying to like, I guess, learn, or you're just trying to like make it through the day or whatever. Um, how do you blame yourself for that when you're like how does a child say, a child say, yeah, this is my fault, or is
Well, not
it this is my
necessarily
parents' fault?
my fault, but like, like white people kind of caused this.
Yeah, a collective fault.
That's taught because the white kids out with the school with, and then in the South they didn't have that kind of attitude. They were quick to separate themselves from any blame that they could go towards why black students were acting a certain way. They weren't going to carry that.
But it's pretty simple through the lens of black people were mistreated and effectively throughout the generations they never recovered, and that's why they act the way they do. And so maybe today
Exactly.
as a white kid you're obviously not hurting them in any way, but just like the kind of the wheel of time here just made them that way, and the initial cause was white supremacy or whatever.
I think they have to be conditioned into that for years. Yeah, that's like years of conditioning to making kids feel bad about themselves for just being white, and that make them feel like they owe something to the black kids because they're so misfortunate. That has to be taught. It has to be taught repeatedly over and over and over and reinforced. But not
Well,
all white people do
also,
that.
we're kind of identifying with them also because, like, I grew up playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, dude. Like, like, so it's like, I kind of admired, like, it's kind of, I'm ashamed, but I kind of admired, like, black culture in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't a wigger, but I, like, appreciated what they had going on. And,
Like CJ.
yeah.
Well, that
So
was
you're, like, identifying with them
that was the best.
also.
But that was
So,
that
yeah,
was
you
a
see.
damn good story. That was one of the best games. And I had San Andreas too when it came out. And no, that was a sick game.
Yeah, but you like start identifying with
But
them, and then
no,
you're
I think
like,
that kind
you
of that
start
mess.
you start kind of hating white people too. Speaking for myself, because I fucking hated white people, hated myself for being white, doing
Really?
everything I could to separate myself from it. Yeah,
How the hell you do that?
So
I don't
I'm
understand. I don't understand how someone else can make you hate yourself for when
not
you
necessarily
didn't do anything to
myself,
that
but
person. That's for me. To me, that's bizarre.
it's hard to explain, man. It's indoctrination. That's all it is.
Like the goal is to make you not you
You mean,
yourself as one person, but to hate just like the whole idea of a white identity.
Mm.
That's why so many gliders like they feel it's quote unquote unfair to want an ethno state or to, have racial interests and stuff like that. So that's kind of what they want you to hate. They just want you to think that like any sort of white collectivity makes you Adolf Hitler, basically. I don't think it's really possible to make a single white individual like hate themselves because they're white. I don't really think anyone feels that way.
So yeah, but it's very tricky for kids, man. So most kids like once they make that realization, right, and they go home and they start talking to their parents about schools. That's when like the private schools and the independent schools start coming into play, right? And all the gliders start moving their kids out to public school, right?
That's definitely a thing that probably has happened within the last 10, 15 years or so, for sure. I mean, you think fucking Ben Shapiro let his kids go to public school? No way.
Fuck no.
Dude, all my friends homeschool their kids.
Yeah, that's a thing too. But I don't like that idea because it's kind of like admitting defeat. But I do understand why folks do it. So I'm not really gonna LARP about it, talk about it too much.
So it really comes down to a collectivist versus individualist way of thinking for kids.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like homeschool, if you're doing homeschooling only for the reason that you think your white children would be like kind of victims, like that it's kind of like running away. Like at some point we have to like draw a line in the sand, like one side's our white ethno state. So it's kind of the same type of thinking. Because
Well, here's the thing too. Sons attack you from a lot of ways in the school system, like right. So then they turn the school into a social setting, right? So the social setting, the school doesn't become for learning, right? No one's basically there for learning. The good kids are there to make it through the day without getting assaulted, without getting noticed, and try to learn as much as they can while there's a goddamn comedy show going on during the class. But then there's the violence. Then there's the violence, that element of you know what I'm saying, the fighting and things like that, and the bullying and things like that. Then there's the fact that okay, now that school that once was rated XYZ, that rating is done now. You know what I'm saying? Like once one round of test scores from that school now has dropped that school way down. So now that school's rated low. So now you looking on the computer and you see where the school your child goes to is rated, and it's what I mean. It used to be rated, let's just say a 7 or 8. Now your school's rated a 1 or a 2, and that's because of the test scores and the suspension rates and different things like that. So now you're sending your kid to a school that is publicly on the rankings low, and it's hard for them to learn in the classroom, and they're subject to being attacked or subject to seeing violence, and the school is not a learning environment, it's a social setting, and the precautions that the teachers have to make, because like in the Sun school, the teachers have to adjust. Now the teachers are not like developing a curriculum. You're not going to get through the whole curriculum. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to get through your whole curriculum in the semester. So it's like now you're trying to dumb down the curriculum so that you're getting pressure from the administration. Hey, why are these black kids not doing well? So now you have to dumb the curriculum down, and then you dumb the curriculum down, and the black kids still aren't doing well, right? So it's like now you have to just basically scrap the curriculum, try to give out grades and shit like that, and make tests easy. So now the white kids are not being challenged because everybody's doing. There's no curriculum for white kids and black kids. The white kids are just doing the school curriculum. So now the white kids are not being challenged. So they're subject to assault. They're not being challenged. The school is like, if you go to a dinner party and shit, what school do your kids go to? They go to such as, oh my God, I've read the book. That school's rated 1 on the scale. I mean, they just attack you from so many ways. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just one aspect. You know? When sons show up, they do everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man, as a white parent, man, it's got to be hell, man, to be a white parent, man. And then all of a sudden, the school has to wear uniforms because the black kids are teasing each other over clothes and bullying each other over clothes. So now the school has to implement uniforms. You know what I mean? They changed everything. The presence of blacks changed everything.
I hate uniforms.
Yeah, but you have to have that because the black kids bully each other over name brand clothes and they even sometimes rob each other over name brand clothes. So the way they try to get rid of that element is by everybody wear the same thing.
The excuse I always heard was like gang affiliation.
Yeah, all that too. You know, all that too. But they changed everything. You know what I mean? They changed it completely. They changed the school.
Yeah, that's still a son
wholesale.
issue.
Yeah, they wholesale changed the school from the ruler to the tutor. You know, now you got security, metal detectors, things like that. Like if you're a parent and your kids going to school and there's a metal detector, you're alarmed. A reasonable parent that's in their child's life hears that the school's now enacting metal detectors. That's a little red flag. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Yeah, they got metal check. Oh, and we got and mom, I need you to spring for a clear book bag. Clear book bag? Yeah, we gotta wear clear book bags so they can see in our bags, make sure we don't have weapons.
Yeah. So like I've been listening a while, and I know your like go to is no solutions, but like I feel like that's a cop out. There's got to be something. Like, do you think there's anything we can do?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I was that black kid that was in school. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm any different than any other black kids in the school. I mean, the only difference is, I guess, most of the teachers was like, "Yeah, man, if you applied yourself, man, you'd be one of the smartest kids we ever had, or you'd be one of the They'll tell my mom over one of the smartest people they ever met, shit like that. But I was still a knucklehead. It didn't matter. It just didn't matter. I was still a knucklehead. But I wasn't like a bad kid, but I was a knucklehead. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna be like, smoking cigarettes in the bathroom all day, but I was just in class disrupting class and cracking jokes and shit like that. And, like make fun of the teacher and shit. Occasionally fighting.
Some dude named New Guy said to let you know he's in the chat.
Occasionally fighting, you know what I'm saying? Salute. But yeah, let me see. Salute the boy Kachina, man. Big Larry in the building. Shout out to Big Larry. Boy Kachina says, sons, gliders, ruining your clips without code talk. A lot of ruining your clips without gold talk. Oh nah, man, it's all right, man. I ain't, I try to put up some clips every now and then. They don't do so well, man. They kind of put the kibosh on my clips, man. If I do a video, put up a video, they're not even gonna give me 1,000 views, man. They're not even gonna give me 1,000 views on the clip, man. So it's like, man, I do that every once in a while. Shout out to Peaky Brown. You can support the channel. You can make up for the way they do me on here, man, by supporting the channel, man. And salute to all you guys that do support the channel, because like you see them other channels, they make the same clips of the same stories and they get 100,000 views. Me, I make a clip, they give me 500 views. It's just, this channel was crowdfunded. We like GoFundMe and Give Send Go, man. This channel is crowdfunded. It's only the people fund this channel, man. But it's probably better that way too. You know what I'm saying? It's probably better that way because the things we talk about here, no one else can really understand that. Most people that would probably click on this channel right now would have heard this conversation we were just having. They probably wouldn't have been interested in that. They'd have probably been like, yo, what the fuck are they talking about? Because they probably can't have those type of conversations, man.
I don't agree. I think if you are not suppressed, your channel would blow up for sure.
You think so?
Because a lot of fucking people like just have this shit on their chest they want to get off. Like a lot of people.
Most def, dude. Like, yeah, like I said, the only reason why I heard about you is because of some white supremacist podcast was blasting your stuff, dude. And once I heard that, I'm like, I've been hooked for like 4 years, however long it's been. Like it's yeah, because you literally covers like other people cover it, but like it's not the same, man. Like it's really bad, and even though I knew it was bad. And I was like on this shit, but once I found your channel, it's like I realized how bad it really is. You know what I mean? Like it's really
Right.
fucking bad. Like
But you know
people who
one thing? Go ahead. Let me let you go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like even people who know it's bad don't understand how bad it is until they find your channel. You know what I mean?
The thing about it is, like, when both my parents was teachers and shit, so it's like, talking to them in backseat of the car, riding around and shit, or just life. Maybe some of that rubbed off on me. You know what I'm saying? But I also it like when I watch other dudes cover this stuff, you know what I mean? It's a depth, you know what I mean? That over here we get deeper. Like the main thing that I noticed that made me really see the difference in my channel and other channels is that I bring anybody up. I don't cuss people out. The first second they disagree with me, I don't kick them off. You know what I'm saying? I allow people to say what they want, their whole ideas. Because other channels, they most likely, I'm not talking about like chaotic or nothing like that, but I'm talking about like other channels. They'll rarely bring people up, right? And when they do, the second you mildly disagree with them, they're gonna get attitude and kick you off. You know what I'm saying? They can't. Their ideas can't be filtered. They can't stand up to, you know what I'm saying, other person's ideas or other person's, disagreement. And another thing that made me see the difference is a lot of trolls. We should have way more We should have way more trolls. And I'm not talking about people coming up here just saying nigger and then clicking off. I'm talking about like we should have way more people trying to oppose us, oppose the views here. But the fact that we don't lets me know if you use Occam's razor that they know they can't. Because think about it. Think about the way liberals are. White liberals, black liberals, or whatever. They're always looking for a fight. They're always looking for a fight. And like you said, I mean, I might not be a big channel, but I'm known. Where are they? Why don't they come here and argue with us?
Well,
And if you
like I said, I've been listening for like 3, 4 years, and the only reason why I've never come on is because I thought there was some kind of vetting process or something. You know what I mean? It took me like 4 days ago to realize, oh, I could just jump in. Like, anybody could do this shit. Why aren't they doing it? Because you're so fucking like suppressed.
Hey,
yeah, but I mean,
I was gonna say none of those liberals will come into this channel because they cannot back up their arguments with any facts. And as soon as you press them just lightly, they just lose their minds. They'll jump right into name calling and just being dismissive and trying to tell you don't know what you're talking about and and just spaz out.
yeah. Yeah, man. I let anybody come up here, man. Anybody can come and share their views, man. This and anybody, like it's a lot of people here that would never have a voice if it wasn't for this channel. And it's like a lot of intellectuals too. It's not like buffoons and shit, so we don't have too many buffoons over here. You know what I'm saying? Most of the people here, whether you disagree with them or not, you know what I'm saying? They're not fucking morons and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you'd blow up. Like, because here's the thing. What the fuck does Brandon Tatum say that's particularly noteworthy? Or Black Conservative Perspective, or Anthony Bryan Logan? Like, what?
Well, I like those guys, but you got to also remember too, like the Black conservative thing is kind of like. And listen, let me say this about those dudes work hard, man. To make those videos, it takes a lot of work, and it's time consuming to research and to put those videos together. It's very time consuming, and it's very and knowing about politics. And I think listen, man, I think those guys are great, man. I think they do what they do. They represent what they represent, and at the time that was needed. Like I feel like they actually helped Trump get elected. I feel like not
Definitely.
like what I'm saying, not like totally, but I think they had a hand in it. I think like a guy
For
like
sure.
Brandon Tatum, you don't want to be too deep. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be too deep. You want to hit your notes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just need the boy band. The boy band, like if you got a great song, who would you rather give it to?
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys or fucking Michael Bublé or some shit, like, you know what I mean? If you wanted to go mass appeal, you know what I mean? And Brandon Tatum, he got that mass appeal, being a cop, ex-cop, being, relatively well spoken, being from the hood. He's from the hood, so he got that angle where he know, you know what I'm saying? And then he religious too, so he got the religious angle. You know what I mean? Where you know what I mean? Because that get a lot of the conservatives with the religious angle. I don't talk about religion. I'm not like some Christian or anything like that. even though if I was to claim a religion, it would be Christianity, because I'm an American, Black American. So it's like that is like kind of like my default religion, but I'm not like on here talking about God, like, you know what I'm saying, about I should do stuff. I talk about DNA, and I talk about, you know what I'm saying, IQ. That shit had nothing to do with God. That shit had to do something with the lack of a prefrontal cortex. It's oh my God, like how does that God wouldn't? So it's like I don't have the God angle. That's one thing where I miss. You know what I'm saying? I you know what I'm saying? I probably don't connect with certain people, but like I love Black conservative perspective. Man, that dude is a fucking genius, man. Man, I'm telling you, man. Who was around when I had with my channel before they put my channel on the kibosh? I don't know if a lot of people was around, but I used to get, you know, good views and shit. Like 5 years ago and shit, 4 or 5 years ago. And I would make like 3 or 4 20-minute videos a day, edited, you know what I'm saying? Like just kind of like Black conservative perspective, that same type of videos. And man, that shit take a lot. And I had no kids then too. I didn't have any kids. Then I had 1 kid, and then I had 2 kids. And then I started, after I had 1 kid, I just started going to live streams, because the only time I could really make content was when she was asleep. You know what I'm saying? And then I would come on at 9:30. Who remember when I used to come on at 9:30 every night? I would come on at 9:30 like clockwork every night. Because my daughter would go to sleep at 7. I would clean up and shit, and then I would come on at 9:30 every night. And then twice a week. No, that was right. I would come on at 9:30 on Fridays and Tuesdays. Yeah. I would come on at 9:30 Fridays and Tuesdays. Then they started saying do more days. That lasted for like 6 months. And they said do more days. Then I would come on like maybe like 3 or 4 days a week. And then after like a year, I just started coming on every night, 9:30, you know, like clockwork. Then you know what I'm saying? So that was my thing, because you know when you have children, man, and I don't think Black conservative perspective has children. And I think Brandon Tatum's kid is a little older. I think he might got a baby, but his kid's a little older. And I don't know about ABL, but when you got little children, man, them videos and shit, it's really hard to make those type of quality videos all day. But I will say this, I do know that those dudes work hard, man. They go to summits and shit. I know I ain't going to no summit or no panel or no shit like that. I'm not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go sit up on the panel and shit, and with a bunch of people and shit. Like and so I mean I respect those guys. I don't ever want to act like say nothing bad about those dudes, man, and their grind and what they doing, man. Because when you look at somebody that got what they got, that might not be for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing that they got, that might be for them. And I may have gotten something else that's for me. I may have gotten blessed in another way. I may have gotten blessed with just the knowledge. Like, think about it. Would I rather make what? What do they make? What does somebody like Brandon Tatum make a month on YouTube? Would I rather make like $200,000 a month on YouTube, or would I rather literally know what's going on? It's like the Matrix. It's like the Matrix.
Okay, but like, come on, like, let's be real here. The only reason why you don't get the views you do is just because like some little fag at YouTube has his thumb on the scale. Like think about that for a second. Literally, all that would have to change is someone clicks a button, and then you're not shadow banned.
Right.
So
right.
ain't that like that's fucking frustrating? Maybe it's not to you. It sure is to me though.
I know. I've dealt with it. If you think it's not frustrating, I'm the one that load the video every night, make the thumbnail, fucking send out all the alerts on all my social media, and it's the same amount of people every single night. Like it never grows. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like no matter what the topic, if I say tonight we're gonna talk about a frog eating a piece of cow shit. And then the next night I say we're gonna talk about breaking news. Joe Biden just got caught on camera jacking off. Both of those videos lives are gonna have the same amount of people in the chat.
No, the fact that you have talked about race realism in any way, shape, or form got you permanently shadow banned immediately. Like that's what happened.
Yeah.
No fucking strikes or they give you a chance. Like, nah. Like this content is just not allowed.
Isn't it to be expected when you're too real?
Also, Brandon Tatum probably has people who do his thumbnails. Like he's probably paying people to edit and shit like that. Like,
oh yeah, but I'm saying I can bet you before he got started making real money, he was doing it himself.
Right, and what I'm saying is,
when you making couple $100,000 a month on YouTube, man, you could pay people you could just do the video and then just send it to a bunch of people to finish it and upload.
Basically,
like, yeah, I mean, like, trust me, if I did that too, like, but here's the thing though, like, I'm telling you, life is crazy like this, man. What somebody else got? It might fit their life better than it fits yours, right? Like let me give you an example, right? Like, say you fat, right? You're a fat little kid, right? And you just fat, and you hate yourself because you fat, right? And then one day the football coach come and say, "Hey man, we want you to play football." You're like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, we want you to play football." You're like, "Football? I can't. I'm not fast. Hey, want you to play center? We want you to play center." And then you be the one person off your team that makes it to the NFL. And it's like you never know what's for you. You never know what life gonna lead. So wherever you at that moment, it could be like I could be here right now because I could spend time with my kids. Like I get to spend a lot of time with my kids. I get to meet the people. I get the red pill the people that may go on the red pill, the important people. Like remember the Matrix, that lady, the Oracle, she was just some lady sitting in her kitchen, right? Remember that?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking
She
about.
wasn't like the vice president of the United States or some shit like that, or some congresswoman. She was just some lady sitting in her kitchen, but she was literally the most important person. Maybe I'm here to red pill the soldiers, the soldiers that are gonna, you know what I mean? Not the Green Berets or the fucking of the culture war, because remember, like, they're not talking about the stuff that it is. So they're red pilling the masses. Those people are not gonna like go and tell somebody what's really going on. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing though, like you got to admit there's obviously like it's kind of like Steve Jobs, like nobody knew you wanted an iPhone before an iPhone existed, right? It's
Right.
so obvious that like there would be an audience for this type of stuff in a fair, censorship free world. So there's just like no doubt in my mind that this would be a lot bigger of an operation that is quite literally held back by a button click.
Yeah, and
I'll say
I
this.
don't know about
Well,
your
go ahead.
guys' experience, but like most white people, like even if they think this stuff, they'll never actually talk about it until they hear. It's like they need a black person to say it in order for it to be accurate or real. You know what I mean?
It's
Like for them
definitely part
to,
of it.
yeah, like they need a black face to say this stuff before
Yeah,
they
the
feel
seal of
justified in
approval.
saying it, which is kind of gross, but it's just the reality of it, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, man. And that's what like the three guys you just mentioned, they benefit from that too. Like they're a black person saying that. Yeah. So like, yeah, we all benefit from that to a degree. But yeah, like, listen, man, at the end of the day, man, we don't know how this thing gonna shake out, right? I seen a lot of people come and I seen a lot of people go. And riches and fame, it ain't really you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Like I wish I was making a couple $100,000 a month on YouTube. Hell yes. But am I fine with whatever donations the public gives me? Hell yes, because that's the people, right? Like you got to be thankful for whatever you get. And people hit the cash app, they hit the PayPal, they hit the super chat, and that literally, like, think about it. What if I got shadow banned and I didn't have no people? Like, I got like hardcore fans. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, salute to everybody out there that supports the channel, man. And another thing too, like, we don't get any shares, right? Like I can look on my algorithm, like they got the backstage on YouTube where you know the YouTuber gets to see the stats and all that stuff and interface with that. Like nobody shares my videos either. Like I don't get like I may get one share every other live stream, right? No one shares my stuff. So you know what that tells me? That people are not comfortable putting this on their social media.
Right. Well, okay, but even if they were, then they would get banned. So it's just like
No, but I mean Elon owns Twitter now.
okay, but
I get you know in the past, yeah, but Elon owns Twitter.
right, but like banned
It's
metaphorically, like having people not
right,
like
right,
you and
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. But still, like what I'm saying is like people share a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of people share porn, people share like it's not like people not like sharing stuff on social media. Like people share stuff. Like if some trending thing happens, they'll share that. You know what I'm saying? That might be disgusting or gross, but they'll share it. Or it may be, you know what I'm saying, people shared that video of that lady saying the N-word 1,000 times. But people don't share my stuff either. So when I look at that, I'd be like, damn, nobody shares it. That must mean that it is very hard to grow when people don't share your videos because that's how your videos get out there through the you know what I'm saying? Like when you know like when you Google something on Twitter and you see like videos, like some of the posts or some of the comments are shares. You know what I mean from YouTube and things like that. So like we don't get a lot of shares. The like button, like yo, I gotta beg people to hit the like button. Like you notice when you go to them other channels, they'll have like the video be up for like 30 minutes and they have like 1,000 likes. For some reason, we can't get people over here to hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? And that's been like that for 5 years, man. Like people just do not hit the like button. They don't hit it. It just is what it is. And so it's like, you know what I mean? Those are things that like you think I don't stab at night thinking like, damn, how can I say it? Let me say it like this. Let me say hit the like button. Let me use this language. Let me not say this word. Let me say that word. How can I say this? You know what I'm saying? Like 1,000 different ways to say hit the like button. Which one will resonate? Oh, 1,000 different ways to say share the video. Which one will resonate? And nothing works. No one shares the videos. No one leaves the like button. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I was playing this quick because I played this for my job. I have another guy in the passenger seat when I'm driving a lot, and I played this for pretty much everybody. I'll play your show, and one of the guys I remember like really digging it, and at one point you go like, "Come on, guys, we only got like 150 likes. Let's get to 300 likes." He's like, "This guy is begging for 300 likes. Like, what the fuck?" You know? He's like, "This is a great
Yeah.
show." He's begging for 300 likes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Hey,
there's
it's
an audience for
bad,
this shit.
man.
Yeah, but the algorithm, YouTube doesn't have anything to do with that though. Those things that I just talked about, that's not YouTube.
Well,
YouTube is just
no, it does because the whole like thing, the fact that we can't get past 300 likes, is just because you can't get a critical mass of people. That's all, and that's partially the result of the algorithm fucking with you.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean,
It's not like the Ak Nation fans are any more incapable of hitting the like button versus like any other group of people on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yo, smash the like button or you're gay.
I'm kind of guilty of not sharing because I just like take screen recordings and spread those, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man, too, like I've been stuck on the same amount of subscribers for 5 years. My subscriber count has not changed in 5 years.
Yeah, because you got obviously shadow banned. They let you get to 50K, and they're like, "Fuck, we can't have a black dude talking about the IQ gap. Ban him."
Salute to Andy Armour. He says, at the age 13, send every kid to Ghana for 3 months. They'll be lining up for Sunday school and saying yes sir, no sir when they get home. That might not be a bad. I think that is a good thing though. Like let black kids see how it is in Africa, man. That might not be a bad thing. I mean, if you're gonna really let them see it, like not sugarcoat it. But if you're gonna sugarcoat it, no, because then they can come back with some like we was king shit. But if you just let them see what it really is, that might not be a bad idea, man. But it's not practical though. Let's see. Shout out to Big Larry. Big Larry's in the building. Shout out to Big Larry. Big Larry. Yeah, man. Like I have people like he been around for like 5 years, man, if not more, man. A lot of people been around. They seen a lot of stuff, man. YouTube. Listen, man. All I can say is, man, I'm here, man. It's the 4th show in a row that I haven't fallen asleep. Y'all complained about me falling asleep. This is 4 shows in a row. I have not fallen asleep. So yeah, man. What time is it? 2. Let's see what's going on in the news, man. Let's see what's going on around.
What is this video? Who are these black people?
We were just shocked because over the sandwich, I don't know why she had to do that. She had to end up doing that.
The security cameras at Philly cheesesteaks in Stockton capture a customer trashing the store and violently throwing chairs at owner Louis.
Look how quickly she destroyed everything. It's almost as if like if it was scripted, if you choreographed it, you couldn't destroy the store that well. It's almost like she was like born to destroy. Like, look at this shit.
We were just shocked because over the sandwich, I don't know why she had to do that. She had to end up doing that.
The security cameras at Philly cheesesteaks in Stockton capture a customer trashing the store and violently throwing chairs at owner Louis Addison Alandy. Alandy's
Took the
wife,
broom
Annalisa, who was
from the
white
guy,
innocent,
beat him with the broom
told
through a
CBS
chair.
13,
Yo, that's a woman. Yo, my wife, like, if my wife picked up a broom, I could literally grab the broom with one hand and like twist it, and she'd be on the floor.
Look, like if you're not a big black dude, then these fucking Boonshiquas are not afraid. Like they're just not afraid.
Yo,
like you can a Boonshiqua like this can go pretty far physically here if like the resisting party is just like not used to the energy, and they're just like they're not used to dealing with it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Wow. And this is just a random woman. This isn't like an ex-female UFC fighter or ex-female rugby player. This is just some black chick. Some black chick.
Your standard ape.
We were just shocked because over the sandwich, I don't know why she had to do that. She had to end up doing that.
The security cameras at Philly
Why would she
cheesesteaks
do
in
that?
Stockton capture a customer trashing the store and
Look
violently
how
throwing
quickly.
chairs at owner
Look how
Louis Addison
quickly.
Alandy. Alandi's wife, Annalisa, who was right next to him, tells CBS
Yo,
14 this all
what
happened over a sandwich order.
Our policy is if you have a complaint, like if we made a mistake, either way, we will gladly replace it, but we need the sandwich back for us to replace the whole sandwich.
Okay, so she ate half the sandwich, and she tried to get a refund. They were like, "All right, well, just give us the rest of the sandwich back, and we'll give you a new sandwich." And she wanted to keep the other half of the sandwich that she wanted a refund for.
Yo, that only a son would do that.
That's pure niggatry.
Only a son would do that. Even a Mexican has the shame to not do that.
That's pure niggatry. And the way she just freaked, the way she just flipped out in the place, they caught off guard.
Yeah, I mean, I would be caught off guard too. I ain't gonna lie.
Look, when I'm over 200 pounds, right? But I don't like being near sun people or like, cause like they can just flip out on you. It doesn't matter how fucking big you are if you're not used to like the sun mentality.
Yeah,
You already know the ride take.
Yeah, definitely. But still, even in that position, you can't shoot her for that.
Nope, not at all. Oh no,
You can't shoot. You shoot her. You're gonna go murder. That's murder one. That's capital murder, man. You can't. She pick up a broom. You can't shoot her because she picked up. Nah. You gotta listen. You going to prison, Maz. You don't do that. Don't shoot the woman for that shit.
Even if she threw a knife, you might still go to prison. If she threw a fucking knife at you and then you just shot her, you might still go to prison.
Yep.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm in South Carolina.
Either way.
Yeah, dude, that don't matter where you at.
Yeah,
you could not
shit
shoot
applies.
this woman for doing this. You could not shoot her. Hell no, you can't shoot her for doing this.
Didn't the feds charge Derek Chauvin?
Yeah, feds, yeah.
So, like, don't matter what state you're in, the fucking feds will charge you if
it's
the
a black
blacks,
woman.
like, force their hand.
Yeah, that's a black woman, but it would be a black on black crime, so nobody would care.
Like if we made a mistake, either way, we will gladly replace it, but we need the sandwich back for us to replace the whole sandwich.
But Annalisa says that wasn't the case here.
Two sandwich already ate in half of each, and the fries already half of each.
So the shop refused to give the woman a full refund. And you could see what happens next.
When we said no, after a while going back and forth, they just lashed out.
And then all of a sudden, then boom, she just did throwing stuff away, the chairs, the table, everything.
Stockton police say this woman, Monique Collins, is the same woman in the video trashing the restaurant, throwing chairs, and even grabbing a wooden broom from the owner as he tried to fend her off.
That's our first time, so that really scared us.
I was frozen like a deer in the headlights.
A first for Alandi and her employees, and hopefully a last.
Overall, I just didn't want no one to get hurt.
I wish we could calculate the man hours, like the cost of time that like suns cause, like all the damage they cause, the man hours it takes to fix all the shit that they destroy. I wish there was some calculation and to see exactly how much they cost.
Nah, but
Yeah.
even if you do that, how do you fucking calculate just the stress? Like, that can't be measured. Just the stress of having to share society with them.
Right.
It's like a permanent, like, itch that you can't get rid of.
Yeah. Look at this guy. He University of Miami football player arrested on murder charge.
No way.
Wow. Let's see what this chick is talking about. Black woman speaking, y'all. Everybody keep it down, man. Black woman speaking.
Personally, I don't look at a crime if you're going into Target, a multi-billion-dollar company, and personally, I don't look at a crime if you're going into Target, a multi-billion-dollar company, and stealing clothes. It's not a crime. You're resourceful.
Not a crime?
Hell no. You're resourceful. You're homeless.
That's where we disagree, I think.
You've been displaced. I mean, because you're white and I'm black, there's a whole nother socioeconomical piece that I have never had access to. So you can go into any single place and put your name on a piece of paper, apply for that job. You're not worried about if your name sounds too black. You're not worried about if when you show up, if you got to do something with your locks because it's inappropriate. Target enslaved my ancestors a year ago.
Target?
What
did Target do?
If we really want to break down every single system that has truly impoverished our community, enslaved us, taken money from our families, and then displaced us as if now we're the burden to this entire city that was once 40% black.
Sure. But what did Target do? And at what point do we not uphold any values when we lead to
At what point do we not uphold Target to then give back all of their funds that they can easily give back?
But if we steal from Target, then we steal from CVS, then we steal from Walmart, then the Walmarts leave, and then all we have.
But we built it.
No, but then all we have are corner stores in Oakland when we run out all these large businesses, right?
Our corner stores are mom and pop's own. They're black and brown owned. We don't steal from our corner stores. That's the crazy part.
Security footage shows a man walking into Ideal Market in Oakland and seconds later ripping out the store's ATM.
He was super against any of this stuff. But then I walked into a Target with him. I'm like, all right, Dad, you think they're not trying to get rid of white men or whatever? There's no agenda here. Go into Target and try to find any white men on any of the posters or anything. He couldn't fucking find one. And I'm like, don't you think that's kind of weird? You know what I mean?
Working there. You ain't gonna find a lot of white men working there.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Salute to Big Larry. Let's see, Eric S. Nation Hall of Famer coming through once again. Shout out to him. Man, let's see. I can't take no more of that babble, man. Let's give me a city, man. Give me a city, man.
Hear her talk.
Missoula, Montana.
Hear her talk makes a strong case for slavery.
I'm telling you, man. She just no sense, just babbling.
Try Missoula, Montana.
You said Montana.
Missoula.
They're not going. It's not going to pop up like that. Montana.
New tonight, police are investigating vandalism in downtown Bozeman. Take a look at these images. The Downtown Bozeman Partnership shared these photos online. Someone drew a face and wrote,
This is on the news.
Oh, damn.
This makes the news. That's so crazy. Shout out to Barry B, man. Barry B in the building.
the phrases land back and back to the land. The Downtown Bozeman Partnership and property owners in the area are working with police to find the culprit or culprits. If you have any information, contact the Downtown Bozeman Partnership or call.
Vandalism on the news, man. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, here we go.
Officials and volunteers are hitting the ground running to help raise funds for Special Olympics athletes through the Montana Law Enforcement Torch Run. The Torch Run started in Three Forks today, passing through Manhattan and Belgrade before finishing in Bozeman. The Belgrade police chief says this event is a great way for the agency to show support and help raise as much money for athletes.
Yo, y'all are so boring.
Just gliders doing glider shit.
Y'all are so boring, man. It's just not even funny, man.
I mean, when there's no suns to like run after, yeah. I mean, gliders mostly, just don't do much.
We're pretty boring in the grand scheme of things. Nothing compared to like triple homicide every night,
Yeah, we like to just kind of think or like go fishing and stuff.
I mean, but you got heavy metal.
Yeah, heavy metal's like way out there for a sun or
Really?
for a glider.
Really?
Yeah, if you
For a
listen to heavy
glider?
metal, you're like an edgy glider.
How?
Your special
'Cause,
breed of glider, yeah.
Yeah, you're a special breed.
So we gotta listen to the Friends theme songs? What?
Like your standard glider just listens to like, mainstream
Soft
pop and
rock.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Taylor
Soft-
Swift?
Yeah.
What's that lady? Oh god, this is one lady that used to DJ. She was a DJ on that night. She used to do soft rock. I forgot her name. It'll come to me, but
In Missoula, more than 30 people gathered to show their support for Head Start this morning. Folks lined at the end of Orange Street to share their message with motorists coming into the city.
when you have no Soros money for your little protest, it just got
And this comes after a report by the Associated Press revealed a draft Trump administration budget didn't include any funding for Head Start. Union officials say the Child Care and Early Education Readiness Program serves more than 100 low-income children in Missoula. Members of Missoula Head Start's union and the Montana Federation of Public Employees showed up protesting the program's defunding.
It's just unbelievable to me. It's had bipartisan support forever. It's been, no one's ever been against Head Start or trying to cut it.
She said bipartisan support. You never hear that word at a black protest.
I kind of feel bad for some people, man. Like the shit they have to deal with on a daily basis compared to that.
Don't feel bad for us. We're doing that.
I mean,
nah,
Stop
dog.
doing that.
Just you can't feel bad for some people, no matter where they're located.
I guess, yeah.
No,
Like, period.
stop. Just
I grew up
cut
around
cut
him,
it out.
so I kind of feel for him.
Cut it out.
Damn, Muncie.
Feel bad for the productive ones.
Dude, you're
Damn,
just a
Muncie.
coon, dude. You're an Uncle Tom.
Right, man.
Yeah, so?
You cooning hard up here today, man. Damn.
Monty, you sure your wife's white? I feel like, are you black? Come on, she white, right?
She's black.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Hey, you
Surprisingly,
give me a
she's black.
city.
Like
Give me a
black,
city,
or
man.
Meghan Markle black?
Black.
Black. Okay.
Right.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Give me another city. He said Rick Astley. Someone said Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around.
How's Memphis?
That was a big song. That was a big song, man, back in the day, man.
How's Memphis these days?
Memphis, we did Memphis
You know how
so
Memphis
many
is
times,
these
man. We did Memphis so many times, man. It's like you go to Memphis, the whole show be about Memphis. Is that Boise?
Boise, Idaho.
Boise. Well, remember Coeur d'Alene, Idaho was where those like that black chick.
We all know the
dudes called her nigger or something.
This right here. Let's see.
The Garden Valley community gathered tonight to honor the life of one of their own. A vigil was held at Wildminster Park to remember the 15-year-old boy who was killed in a house fire over the weekend. Friends and family came together to share stories about the boy they say was taken from them far too soon.
Yeah, that was a beautiful white girl.
I know. He's okay, and he was just such a happy kid, and anytime I was around him, he just brought a joy and a light to me. He always was so positive.
The fire happened around 10:30 Sunday night at a house on Summer Drive in Garden Valley. The house was fully engulfed in flames when firefighters got there. Investigators are still trying to figure out how it happened.
My wife just said, look up Linwood, California. That's where she's from.
Y'all so boring, man. Jesus Christ, man.
Is that where Weird Al Yankovic's from?
Yeah, Linwood's right next to Compton. What are you talking about, boring?
No, this one. This is
In the heart of
this town
Idaho's
right here.
farmland, there's a story growing far beyond the fields, one of legacy, sacrifice, and deep-rooted pride. For farm working families, it isn't just a job, it's a way of life that's passed down through generations. At Caldwell High School, that legacy takes center stage as students honor the farm workers who helped grow their community. Our Brenda Rodriguez shows us how students came together for their 9th annual
Dude, white
tribute
people are
to
so
farm
cute.
workers.
You gotta love them, man.
This is my mother over here, Adelina Valdez, in the 60s, and that's my dad, Raul Perez, in the 60s as well.
Rooted in Idaho's rich farmland, Caldwell native Marisela Pesina cherishes her family's legacy, one of hard work, pride, and deep family ties.
My dad was one of the farm labor contractors here in the valley.
For farm workers, showing their children the value of sacrifice is part of the job.
As soon as school is out, you better get your work clothes on, and we're going to start working in the fields, and we won't be done until school starts again.
And that hard
Wow.
work ultimately comes down to a big life decision.
Yeah, there's
for
a ton of
children
burritos
farm
in
workers.
This
South
could be what
Idaho.
I
Like
end up,
Napoleon
how I end
Dynamite
up
takes
making
place
my
in Idaho
living,
with all those
or
Mexicans in that
I
movie.
could go to school, and I could do something better.
And behind these walls at Caldwell High School, those sacrifices aren't forgotten.
Today we are having a little festive get-together for the farm workers.
We just wanted to make sure as a school district that we were dissipating the fear that all of our migrant farm workers had, or immigrants that were working in the fields. And
Wow.
Yo, if these dudes become like the overwhelming majority, America's cooked. Let me just say that. It'll be over.
Yeah. America needs to be white majority just because they created it. They're the only ones that understand the fabric of it and how to maintain it.
Speaking of that, you've probably already seen this, but are you aware of that like whole little that like white like micro ethno state in South Africa?
Orania,
yeah.
Orania, yeah.
It came up in my feed a day ago.
Wow. Yes. Give me a city, man. Give me another city, man. This is
Linwood, California.
This is pretty. I don't even know if they have their own news station. It's not a big enough city.
Yeah.
To have,
I mean, the game is like this. If it's a small town, nothing's gonna happen because it's just a bunch of white people.
It's right next to Compton, dude. There's not white people there.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's LA news. Y'all don't have your own news. Y'all only have Los Angeles.
I think I see a story. They're staring us in the face, though.
What? 166 for shooting deputies.
I see a guy in an orange shirt.
Yeah, man.
It just never ends, dude. You can get a lot of them burritos, I'm sure.
A former security guard who police say opened fire inside Spartan College in Englewood has now been charged with murder and attempted murder. The dean of the aviation school has died from her injuries in the attack. A receptionist is still recovering.
Mary Beth McDade is live in Englewood with more on how the 35-year-old dean is being remembered tonight. MB?
Yes, and Mike and Cher, she is being remembered by her family and friends tonight as compassionate, loving, and fiercely loyal. Now, as for her alleged killer, well, he remains behind bars, and his bail has been increased from $1 to $5 million today. The family of a dean of Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology in Englewood broke the heart.
Wow, that's a sister, or at least a half a sister. Goddamn, fucking the dean of aviation, and you killed her. You know how long it took us to make one of those? God damn, man.
$1 to $5 million today. The family of a dean of Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology in Inglewood broke the heartbreaking news Tuesday that Dr. Kamisha Clark died Monday. Her death, the result of being gunned down, officials say, by a coworker last Friday. Inglewood's mayor.
Jesus Christ, this goddamn ogre, man. That's a glider, man?
Yeah,
That's
that
not a
looks
glider.
like
That
glider.
guy's some kind of Hispanic dude.
Yeah, don't be surprised if his last name is like Martinez or some shit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not an Anglo, that's for sure.
He's definitely got a lot of that in him. But I think he
Spaniard
might
at the
have
very least.
he's got a lot of glider in him, man.
Yeah, he's
Like, you
certainly
gotta
not
think,
black. We can say that much.
that's an SUV, so he's probably like about 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, it's
What do
good.
they call them? Like Castizos or whatever?
Yeah, he's got a lot of glider.
Day, Inglewood's mayor expressed his sympathies to her family and friends.
Hearts go out to the family, and this should never have happened. And it's a terrible instance of workplace violence.
Campus security guard 40-year-old Jesse Figueroa of Monterey Park is accused of shooting and killing 35-year-old Clark
Figueroa,
and injuring her
say?
assistant inside a school office.
Yeah,
we
that's no
did a
self.
lockdown of the campus.
What happened? Did what happened? What caused him to do that? Like, was he just crazy, or like what? I would love to know the story. Like the security guard.
A little lonely.
Oh, he liked her, and she wouldn't.
You
he
shoot
couldn't
people when
have
you're
her.
lonely, Mossy?
No, I'm not lonely, so that's not our issue.
Yeah, I think this guy he had enough of life type thing.
Yeah.
He probably liked her. He probably was like in love with her, and she rebutted his advances. Yeah, he couldn't take it, maybe.
Jesse Figueroa of Monterey Park is accused of shooting and killing 35-year-old Clark and injuring her assistant inside a school office.
We did a lockdown of the campus, room-to-room search, discovered there are no more victims, and that he had fled. We arrested him about 2 hours and 40 minutes later in Koreatown.
Figueroa has now been charged with murder, attempted murder, and a felon with prior convictions in possession of a firearm, among other charges. The mayor says Figueroa had only worked at the college for 2 months.
It's a tragedy for the school, for the family, 2 wonderful people so viciously harmed, and our hearts go out to the families.
Clark's family says they are beyond devastated.
Yeah, look at her, man. That's a nice piece of, right? Even you gliders to take that to Pound Town, right?
No, I'm like only.
Nah, I'm good, man.
The gliders, basically.
She's pretty.
What about you, Mossy?
She's pretty.
But I don't need to like black women to understand that, like, out of black women in the eyes of a black man, she's definitely better than your average black woman for sure.
Yeah, it's tragedy regardless, you know.
Yeah, young, beautiful, successful, and some goddamn fucking Aztec fucking killed her for what? No reason. He only been around for 2 months. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How did he even get the job if he was a felon?
Right, a security guard. She can sue. Her family need to sue. She's aeronautic. Yeah, no, seriously, aeronautic engineer. I mean, dean of the School of Aeronautics. You fucking bring some goddamn felon security guard in my midst. The family could sue for a civil suit or for like wrongful death or something like that, or they'll figure something out. It's America.
You think she rejected him or something?
Of course she rejected him. Look at him, man.
Do you think that's what happened?
She's the dean and he's a fucking ex-con security guard. He's not handsome. Now, if he looked like Mark Anthony, it'll be different. You know what I'm saying? But this is like she probably didn't even. She might have done it nicely, or maybe he didn't even forward with. He might have just liked her. and knew that it wasn't gonna happen. Like she got a boyfriend or something, or she had a fucking, you know what I'm saying? He just knew it wasn't going. Like he probably knew it wasn't no possibility. Or
you just didn't want to play the game anymore, man. I think that's what it really is.
35-year-old Clark and injuring her assistant.
Yeah, our hearts go out to the families.
Clark's family says they are beyond devastated. They say she was living her best life, doing the work she loved. Clark grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, where she received 3 degrees at Clark Atlanta University, a bachelor's, master's, and an educational doctorate. Her family says they are committed to seeking justice on her behalf.
Wow.
And now Figueroa was supposed to be arraigned today, but it has been pushed back until May 29th. Now, as for the other victim, she is said to be in stable condition. For now,
jeez.
Now ask yourself, would this fucking dude be in the country if the Hart-Celler Act didn't pass? Like, how do you think he got here? How do you think he got here?
Oh yeah, definitely.
He didn't like get on a fucking boat from England and paddle here. No, he came from some fucking shithole from south of Texas, basically.
Is there reason to believe he's a foreigner?
Families of undocumented immigrants are demanding answers about loved ones taken into custody by federal agents during a raid in Pomona.
They are demanding their immediate release and that authorities uphold their civil rights. KTLA's Shelby Nelson live in Pomona with the story. Shelby.
Sure, Micah. It's unclear if any of these day laborers were possibly in the process of trying to get citizenship, but either way, advocates say that all they were trying to do was get work outside of that Home Depot on April 22nd, and now federal agents are trying to have them deported, but those advocates say they are entitled to due process. Outside Pomona City Hall, immigration advocates demanded transparency 2 weeks after U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents rounded up several undocumented day laborers outside of Pomona Home Depot.
I will remind the public that an immigration judge only considers 2 factors to issue a bond hearing. Number 1, is this detainee a flight risk? Number 2, is this detainee a national security threat or a public safety risk?
Alexis Teodoro with Pomona Economic Opportunity Center says neither of the 3 people they are representing are risks and should be granted bond. Jesus Domingo Ross, Edwin Juarez, and 21-year-old Johnny Garcia, whose father gave an emotional plea for his son's release.
He's a worker, a day laborer, with no criminal record.
Immigration rights advocates say the 3 were transferred over to ICE custody and are being held at a detention facility in Calexico. During a court hearing Tuesday morning, advocates say attorneys with ICE tried making the argument to a judge that the 3 undocumented day laborers they are representing have been here less than a year and that they should be deported under what's called expedited removal, which essentially comes with limited proceedings.
If you don't have any evidence that you've been in the country for more than 2 years, you could be at risk of being expedited removed, and that is very, very fast.
Inland Empire immigration attorney Arturo Burga says if that's the case, their due process could be limited if they've been here for more than that time period.
They get an opportunity to defend themselves from deportation with.
So does anyone here believe that they should have any due process at all?
No, just
No.
fucking send them on.
No, right? We're not. Okay.
They came in without due process. They can leave without due process.
Yeah.
By definition, they're criminals, right?
Actually, I would say deporting them is due process, as opposed to just killing them on the spot.
Yeah. Do we have any people here like agreeing with killing them on the spot? Where are we on that?
Violently,
Think
sure.
about that, man.
If
I'll
they're
just chew on
violent,
that for
sure.
a little bit.
So
violent,
I always thought of have you ever heard like the whole Japan atomic bomb argument? Like if we didn't bomb them, or rather if you didn't bomb them, then you'd have to kill more of them because they wouldn't have given up, right?
That sounds like some Jewish Talmudic shit, dude. I don't believe that for a second.
No, they were preparing for a ground war, and they estimated about 2 million American lives have been lost if they went to Japanese mainland.
I don't buy that.
Let's say like
whatever.
okay, you know when Joe Biden was in office and like Mexico literally like invaded you guys for 4 years, right? What if you just like shot the first 100 people that tried to come across the border, and then word got around basically immediately, and then everyone's like, all right, yeah, no, these Americans aren't fucking around anymore.
Well, the other night, he mentioned some guy who created the Aryan Brotherhood, and the guy mentioned that like they kill a bunch of people at the very beginning to kind of send a message, like, you know, you kill a bunch of people at first, so you don't have to kill people later.
Yeah.
You
Because
know?
weren't they bitching and moaning about all these Mexicans were like drowning basically on their journey to America? So don't you think more of them would not die ultimately by coyotes or by drowning if like
Well,
you
all the
literally did
rapes
like
and everything that go on with those coyotes, man, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah. I mean, Texas had those buoys up, keeping anybody from really from crossing the Rio Grande.
Yeah, but let's be honest, like ultimately you guys cucked and they just came in and there's millions of them, and you know, like,
Oh, that's when you have to let loose with belt feds.
Hey, you're Canadian, right?
yeah. So
Gotcha. Yeah, we cooked for sure.
ultimately, like that's this whole crazy thing. Like folks act like it's an impossible thing to stop. No, it's not. We just cucked basically. Because in Israel they don't cuck. Like they will shoot you if you try to enter the country. Like no questions asked.
That's questionable because after October 7th, that was put to the test.
No, but I mean, like, so there was like an incident like a year or two ago where, you know, basically 300 or maybe more, I can't remember, basically a bunch of Palestinians, quote unquote, had like a peaceful walk where they basically just tried to enter the country and they just shot every single one of them. And that like, and they're not getting invaded by their surrounding countries where people just literally try to walk into your country. So clearly it works.
All right, fellas, I'm out. I'm neglecting my wife. You guys have a good night.
All
Thanks,
right,
Doc.
man.
Peace.
Take it easy, bro. Let's see this, and then we get
New
about
developments
it.
today following a shooting.
Shout out to Douglas Chunks, man. Douglas Chunks in the buildings. Douglas Chunks 50 Off Nation memberships, man. Guys, try to renew your memberships. If you're gifted a membership, try to renew it every month. That helps the channel out. Salute to you, man. Douglas Chunks in the building.
Shooting that killed 2 people and injured 2 others outside the Foot Locker store over the weekend.
Yeah, investigators have confirmed a suspect has turned herself in. Fox News' Camilla Miri has the story.
Monday afternoon, a 19-year-old woman turns herself in to East Point police, accused of shooting 4 men in front of the Foot Locker store on 8 Mile Saturday afternoon.
You just have a whole total community impacted again by another act of senseless violence.
2 of the men died from their injuries, one of them on the scene, the other at a nearby hospital. Investigators say the violence started out as a disagreement between 2 groups of people who knew each other, a fist fight, and then gunshots.
We are lucky that no innocent bystanders got hit by a stray bullet. We are very lucky that bullets didn't enter the store and hit people who were just coming to shop.
People need to learn how to talk things out before coming out into the community and coming out here creating situations like this.
All the men shot young, in their 20s and 30s, according to police. The deadly shooting leaving a path of emotional destruction.
I think that right now we need to be more proactive with respect to the issues and the things that we're getting involved with to the young men and women out here.
In East Point, Camila Mary, Fox 2 News.
You awake?
Yeah, I'm awake. Same. Let me see. So yeah, that was that. Same black time. Let me get out of here before I do fall asleep, man. I'm gonna come back tomorrow during the day, man.
All right.
Another live stream, man. 4 shows in a row without falling asleep, man. Salute to Douglas Chunk. Salute to all you guys, man. Any final thoughts, man?
Salute to the nation.
Great to see you guys again.
Yeah, man. Salute, man. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here. Subscribe.
Peace.